Now we're you guys kind of said it like in between, so we could probably do a retake.
Oh dear.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Round two.
There are no bloopers. This is real life.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, what's up, guys? So we're doing chapter 859 discussion. Looks like Nikki's not going to be able to join us, but we replaced him with Lucid. And then we'll be talking about the chapter. So if you guys have any feedback or anything specific you guys want us to talk about, just throw a comment and we'll call it out. So I guess we can dive right into it. This week we're going to kind of just break it down as we go. So for topic wise, so anything. Well, let's start off with this. What's your rating for the chapter, you guys?
I gave it a 6.5.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Damn, JJ.
Yeah, JJ
I'm
really
like-
hates One Piece, bro.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
You give it 7. What
Yeah,
about
I
you,
gave it
JJ?
a 7 too.
Oh, JJ, right. Fucking Ross. What do you give it?
I give it an 8.
8.
Yeah.
Dan.
I'd give it an 8, if not like I know it's slower. I want to say 8, potentially 8.5, only because like I get the pacing slower, but there's so much in this chapter, bro.
Yeah.
What about you, Loss?
I mean, initially from the first time I read it, I gave it a 7, but upon rereading it, I think it's safely an 8.
I'm gonna be that guy and go 9, only because after this stream, I'm gonna self-promote for a minute on my channel. Probably and I might even do it on here as well after. But I'm gonna talk about a caramel theory, and that the only reason I'm giving it that extra 1 is I think that there's 2 things in this chapter, which is caramel and the Morgana or Morganis family that are gonna be really important later. But yeah, so as we start, so first of all, how do you guys feel about like the way that they're gonna take Big Bomb down with the bazookas, the poison?
I mean, like, personally myself, like, I like that he has like an idea, like this plan already set up. But even then, it's just like it's Big Mom, like it's a Yonko, right? Like it's so easy to kind of like formulate a plan, but for it to actually like execute, it's like another thing. I would say I'm like, if I were going like the terms like how Law said, the chance of taking out Kaido like 30%, I would say roughly it might be the same, maybe 40% if anything, is what I'd probably give Capone. So yeah.
I hate the plan, honestly.
I
actually like I was expecting so much more. I thought he was gonna cover all the bases. I thought he was gonna.
It was
a lot
so
more
like
into account. Like I mean, and then it's like, oh, I got the perfect plan. And then next chapter he's like, damn man, we might die if we F it up.
I felt that like it was cool, but like I would rather had it gone down like the Oceans like 12, 11, 13 kind of like style, where like they explain it as we're going into the wedding,
Yeah.
like step by step, and we don't know it like until the end of it. But like the poison thing, like I know I'll give a shout out to him because it's super funny. It's a long time ago, like 2-3 months ago. Literally, me and Ty were talking to Brago about that, like them poisoning, right, Big Mom, and that being the way that they could weaken her. And they're like, nah, no way. And so I gave Brago shit for that in the Discord earlier this morning. But like I think, because I know Dan's the same, is like I think you have to weaken a Yonko. I know Dan talked about is like you have to basically nerf a Yonko to even have a chance. And honestly, like, even when she's weakened, I don't think she's even gonna like really get hurt.
no.
The way I look at it, like one, I know like there are a lot like you guys, and I've talked to other people that have said they don't like it. Me personally, I like the plan in the sense that like, okay, yeah, it might seem super basic, but let's be serious. Like even if they had some super elaborate plan, no matter what Oda wrote, no matter how detailed he made it, as like for readers, we would have all still said the same thing. Like, yo, this is Big Mom. It's a Yonko. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that there was any actual plan that we could have gotten where we would have been like, all right, this is realistic. So one of the reasons I actually really like it is because of the whole poison thing, right? Like how they're using those weapons. And especially like when you're going through the chapter, all the trolliness for like Caesar, and he's like, oh, those are my baby, you know? Like, I like it in the sense because like, for example, we saw all the people in the, like earlier on, like we got to see all the people looking for weapons in the underground. Then we got to go to Punk Hazard and we saw how weapons could be a thing. And we still weren't thinking they were going to like be used, right? Then we got to see even people like Killer and like other supernovas going after this stuff, you know? Yeah. And it's really like, I think we've been downplaying the poisons a lot. So I think this chapter in and of itself kind of just like this is another like X factor that like we're gonna be seeing a lot more, I think. Because like there are people that are established in the new world, like the Yonkos, through straight up power. But like I think in taking some of those like really top tier people down, people on the bottom are just gonna give no fucks. And dude, like that poison, it's away, you know.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
And it's just like, yo, it shows how OP these weapons actually are. You know what I mean? Like that was Capone's whole plan. We're gonna go in there, poison her, gas her a little bit, and these things are so strong, it'll be up. Like, you know, it's done.
And Frankie even said that he's gonna have to make weapons for Kaido. It's not like we're gonna run in there and like fight.
That's exactly my thing. Like they're not going out there just throwing hands, you know, because like in doing that, like you know that shouldn't work. So this is still another alternative.
They even said that you have that 5-second gap, otherwise we die. Like,
yeah,
I love because
I
like they
agree with you because I think the plan could have been fleshed out enough in order for a lot of people to switch their opinions on whether or not Big Mom was going to go down. Because like if what I was thinking would have happened, then I think it would have been a done deal.
but I'm just saying, what could they have realistically like? This is what I'm trying to say. For how hyped up Oda's made people like the Yonko, like even dude, we haven't even actually fought an admiral 1v1. Like as a main character, we haven't even gotten to that point where they could fight admirals yet, right?
Yeah,
and this is a Yonko, a tier above that. Like I don't think that there is anything that would seem realistic to our like just a reader's perspective where you could be like, all right, this plan, like they might like, you know, I know they're gonna do it for sake of story, but like they have like a 90% chance. Yeah, they could do that easily. Like no matter what the plan is, you know.
But
I just
you're
don't
talking
think
about fighting though. I mean, if they planning on taking her out without directly like confronting her, then then individual strength really doesn't matter.
Well, the whole thing that me and Dan were saying is like for instance, like Shanks and like, because I'm sure Kid was shopping for Shanks, you know what I mean, to take him down. Like, I feel like the majority of people, like Capone stuff, they know because they even mentioned that we're gonna be surrounded by everyone that's gonna like want to kill us if we do anything like fucked up. Like he's like, yeah, you have to buy me what 5 seconds, which seems like a short amount of time.
no, that's a long time there.
Like, because like think of how fast like characters like Sanji,
Yeah,
right?
5 seconds is a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
But I'm saying like think of like how fast characters like Sanji and stuff are, right? You're gonna have probably Cracker back. You're gonna have like Smoothie and Cat Curry. And Cat Curry, in my mind, as soon as they're talking about commanders, I thought Cat Curry. I was like, if Cat Curry's next to her, right? Because most likely the older, like or the more powerful people are gonna be sitting at the table with her, right? Like the family table, and you're gonna shoot a rock at them, right? This dude's gonna walk like I don't know. Like I think Cat Curry's power is gonna kind of like cancel it out, to be quite honest. But like even then, bro, like just his base
history
like
strongest nonsense.
No, really.
Take a fucking nuke.
Like, you know, like I feel like these characters are so fucking OP that like even with them trying to nerf her, like I still think she's strong enough nerfed to still beat them. And so like I think there's gonna be more to Capone's plan that he hasn't told Luffy, especially at the end that they mentioned, oh, it's every man for himself after the shit goes down.
Yeah.
Because dude, like realistically, I'm still on the train. I think all of us are that there's Yonko's not getting taken down this arc because how stupid. Even if this plan goes 100% perfect, right? They shoot 3 rockets at her.
Yeah, it shouldn't make sense.
Like it's still like realistically, it shouldn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. For the hype level, that like it would just be like if it happened, if Big Mom actually goes down to this plan, it's just like holy shit, dude. Like after all that hype, like I don't care. Like Yonko, they're shit. Like I might as well say that, you know, like for real.
You could walk up with on Shanks with a pistol and just shoot him.
Yeah, like what?
Like
my whole thing was that the fact that Capone has almost been with Big Mom for over or almost a year, and this is the only weakness that he could find in her. I mean, right there, I think that shows that she obviously has to be very powerful.
I agree with that, JJ, because
yeah, I just personally like, you know, the whole thing with the pitcher and, you know, like, you know, putting it in 2 and all that, she's going to flip out. Like, that's the only thing that you guys are going to go by. Like, there's no way. And that's why if this actually works, it's, in my opinion, stupid. I think that it's going to be a bad ending. I'm going to be very disappointed with it. But I also am with you guys. I don't think it's going to work. So obviously I still have hope for it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, she's got to be OP. There's no way.
But it's also kind of crazy that you think that the whole plan is based on one picture and only a picture. Because
it's like
if for example the picture thing doesn't work out, the whole plan is fucked already.
Yeah, it's done.
Like my thing with the picture,
it just goes to show how strong these Yonkos are, man. Like
No,
No.
yes, absolutely.
Like literally, they're under normal circumstances, you should have no chance, and that's what Capone's saying. He's like, typically, there's no way we could beat her ever. Like you literally have to wait for a tea party, and hopefully something goes awry. You know?
You have to wait till the
Yeah.
moons are aligned and the planets are aligned.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my thing with the picture, right, is going Naruto reference. You remember the third Raikage, right? How he had the ultimate defense and ultimate offense, right?
Yeah.
And how he
Yeah.
literally he never got scratched.
Oh,
except
and then
for-
he stabbed himself.
yeah, he stopped himself. That's how I imagine it. Because remember when she's like, oh yeah, like she got on her knees and started like basically bleeding, like because she was like scraping her
Wasn't there a
knees to the
scene
ground.
just like that in Zatch Bell?
Like I feel like there, I know I'm trying to think there was an anime. And I can't like it's so hard, but like basically it's a scene where like a certain character, like the main character, literally has like a point like some second, like it might be in Kenichi, like point some second like chance to basically like pull off like a win, and like it still didn't work. You know what I mean, like my thing with the picture is like I feel like Luffy's gonna fuck it up. Like that's how I feel. It's gonna be
Yeah, he
super-
has to.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to.
He's
Well,
already
like, I don't
trolling the
know.
way he's gonna go in there.
Yeah, I feel like what's gonna happen
Yeah,
is like
he
they're
is.
gonna expect Big Mom to be sad, but Luffy's gonna somehow piss her off with his entrance.
Yeah, because he was already discussing like, oh yeah, I got some sweet entrance already in my head or something like that.
Yo.
Yeah,
I want to.
I was thinking to myself, if you guys like know wrestling, if you know like in Shawn Michaels or WrestleMania 12, like he's going down like the Raptors and shit, I just see like Luffy trying to pull something like that off.
I think he's gonna come in literally like say hello to my little friend, like kind of
Yeah.
thing. He's gonna come in all up.
Like,
If you guys haven't seen it, so it's like a random like One Piece dub like special thing that they did. It's like a super troll. It's like they're all like with the small form, like the chibi forms, like the small like bodies and big heads, and it's a mafia like style. This was from a while back ago. This is like after I think Alabasta, and they have all the straw hats, basically like as like Italian mafia bosses. And like Luffy comes in literally just using that line, and like I would laugh if they made a reference to that shit.
Yeah.
But
But
I was gonna say something real quick. Like I hope that like my thing that originally thought was that Pudding would be the one, or not Pudding, Rage would be the one like suck the venom out, like the poison. Either if it goes to Big Mom or if it goes to someone else, because I feel like the fact that she's poison pink, I feel like it's gonna have to come in handy. I feel like she's gonna use it to save someone. Like I'm sure there'll be more to it, but like I don't know. We'll see. I just think that I hope she does like something. I don't know, man. Like I'm hyped for it because I want to see this plan work somehow and still see Big Mom go sick on them. But like I don't know. We'll see. I feel the plan's gonna like get super fucked up by Luffy right away.
I'm still a believer that she knows literally everything that's going on.
Dude,
yeah,
no,
same.
for
She
real.
has
Like,
to. She
you know
has
what I
to.
mean?
Nah,
Like, there's
she
no-
doesn't. Her information network is not as strong as we thought.
Yo,
it
she's
was.
trolling
Yeah.
everyone. Like,
Bro, it's just
Nah.
like look at it this way. Look at it this
At
way.
this point, I think she
The-
does know because Capone's obviously not as smart as Oda built him up to be.
Yeah. This
It's just like the
one of
more
main
insight we're
reasons
getting
I
into
think that
Capone.
she should know is because look at what happened last time, right? We were reading chapter by chapter and thinking like, what the fuck? Like Big Mom knows nothing. Like all this shit's going down on her island. How could she not locate people, right? And then all of a sudden we see Pudding go back to Big Mom, and Big Mom is telling Pudding like, oh, so like you're like the plan's going all right? And we learned that it was all Big Mom's plan from the very start. You know what I mean? Like in the action, like in chapter by chapter, we didn't have that. Like we weren't aware of that. But as things go on, it's just made aware. Like Big Mom has known and has just been messing around. I think Oda might just troll us like the same way, you know. And like at the very end, like oh by the way, like Capone, like I know you're fucking with me, you know. Like for example, like her making him head of security, like I just don't like. He's only been there a year. You know what I mean? When she has so many sons, so many daughters,
Yeah.
why do
Yeah.
that? I really feel like the
but
head of
like-
security thing was for herself as well, so she could be like kind of to distance herself from them. You know what I mean? And not have Capone in like her inner circle that like special meetings. You know, because he's tasked with other stuff.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is like thinking Capone is gonna snake you is just like assuming. That's like one thing. I'm talking about like, does she know Luffy is outside of the prison? Does she know Sanji left? You know, does she?
No, I know.
Like,
It's just like one. Oh, you could go.
Yeah, like we know at the end of the chapter, right, which we can talk about later. Pudding's done this before, you know what I mean? Like she says that she's done this before, basically. So like this isn't like we're trying this out for the first time. This is like we've done this multiple times. Where like okay, I'm sure like Dan says, I'm sure she has like a a plan B, C, all the way to Z in case shit happens. But like I think the big X factor right now is gonna be the Germa. I think that I think of all people, she might believe that the Germa don't know what's going on. But I think Judge is going to be like the guy that saves everyone or something. I don't know. But I think she from how hyped up she got, bro. I think of all things, her information network was her big factor of her being a Yonko, kind of like Capone's is for him.
Yeah.
And so I feel like she has to know everything that's going on. Then, bro, look at the way she is. Okay, I get it. She wants her wedding cake. She's super happy. She didn't give a fuck, bro, when the skeleton was not moving.
Yeah, I was about to say.
She was just
she was sad for literally 0.2 seconds.
And
then she was like, "Oh wait, the cake is today, right?"
But I would say actually the biggest factor, I almost forgot about it, is the tomato baka box, which is probably gonna blow up the cake, because that's the thing that no one knows about, and because no one knows about it, that's a big factor, I would say, actually.
I actually forgot about that for a second.
Because she says she's gonna open it as her first gift, so she's gonna have that shit right at the table. It's probably gonna blow up the fucking picture frame before Luffy can get to it.
Dude, if she even knows a little bit about Capone's history,
Dude, she knows clearly about Capone's history.
Wouldn't it be funny though if she's mad about the cake being exploded and Luffy's just eating it? It still tastes good.
No, dude, that'd be the best if Luffy had the only piece of cake. It blows up the cake and the portrait. But,
man,
that'd be funny.
I'm waiting for Brooke to play her lullaby, because I've noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed this chapter, that I think Oda's hinting at us that the soul fruit also has a secondary passive, or whatever you want to call it, where whenever she's feeling a certain mood, that's how everything happens. Kind of how we.
Oh no, clearly, dude. She had different modes.
Yeah,
she had one for when she's hungry, when she goes into a frenzy.
Yeah,
so when she's mad.
I think of all people, Brooke would be again. We talk about counters, would be the perfect counter, not only with his fruit but also with his music. It's he would put her soul to rest in a sense, calm her down.
I mean, my thing also too is when I look at the way things are being set up with Big Mom right now, and I'm still of this idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if she has a Denden Mushi where she's kind of if you go back to Marineford, how they were kind of broadcasting the events of what's going on. Right. I would not be surprised if she has hidden Denden Mushis around, even with the homies and stuff. But on the day of the wedding, she's broadcasting
she even
to make.
So yeah, this is my thing. This is why I think Big Mom knows everything, bro. Because of the homies in general. If the homies are all under her control, right? Literally, what's it called? They should just be able to tell each other all the way, because everything's a homie on Whole Cake Island, down to the walls, down to doors, down to trees and plants. And
but my thing,
you know what I mean? There's no way for you to ever be out of the purview of the homies.
He's saying though he's saying that she should broadcast it to the world.
So as I explain it, so basically what I'm trying to say is so basically what I'm explaining is to make the guy look like a big fool, Capone, and realize that he's been duped by Big Mom the entire time. How funny would that be if she actually has been broadcasting, the wedding's been broadcasted, and right there and then Capone finds out that he's been duped the entire time, and it's right there and then when Big Mom actually ends up killing him right there in that moment. How stupid would he feel if the whole time that he thought he had Big Mom in the palm of her hands, that Big Mom played him from the very beginning,
I wouldn't even be surprised, bro.
Because 1 year, 1 year, that's not enough to get enough information on a Yonko who's been ruling the seas for many years,
I think for Billy Bob real quick, because he said that the bazooka, how it says 0.6 milligrams, grams are higher than milligrams, grams are higher than milligrams, and he was wondering about that, so just clear that up for him real quick.
Yeah,
she would be not 9 times less, but 9 times stronger than a normal human, which realistically she's probably way stronger than that, but.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing I want to also talk into too as well is about those the KX launchers and stuff, because we know that there's 3 of them, right? Because they had 1 prepared, but they have an extra 2 just in case. And let's say, for example, Capone decides to end up betraying Luffy somehow. Do you think he'll maybe use those other launchers potentially on Judge and Luffy if he plans on just using 1 on Big Mom? Because you would think he probably needs 1 shot. For him to use 3, that's going to take a lot more than 5 seconds to be able to do it.
I think they're going to need to use more than just 1, to be honest.
I
see, okay, he whips out the first one. I really do see, someone, especially someone like Katakuri, just jumping up, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Quick. Yeah, real quick. But what the fuck do you think you're doing? And then he's all right, I need another one,
But my thing is this Katakuri, because I've talked about it a couple times, but how his, in my mind, his Devil Fruit's gonna be where he can cement things together, make him stronger, but also break things down. Is I could see him breaking down the enzymes and the bacteria of the bazooka,
just tanking it, and then
you think he's gonna be like Gildart? You can go ahead and crash magic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Well, I say that. Category equals Gildarth. Gildarth's
You're still
OP.
lucky Mickey's not here.
Yo, that
Um,
Crash Magic is too OP.
No, for real.
Dude, it is too OP though.
And I think just Shanks is gonna have it. But no, like I think he's gonna be because like we haven't seen shit about Cat Crate, dude. And like every
Yeah.
chapter that we don't see him, it gets me more hyped.
More
That's how I
hype,
feel.
dude. More
It's like
hype.
you can't act because people were asking in the Discord, they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen him, bro. We're not ready." That's why. Like
Exactly.
realistically, like Marco was a first mate, but we didn't see shit from him in my opinion. And like in terms of where he was, like in my mind, like of how strong he should be. And same with Ben Beckman, we haven't seen anything from Ben Beckman. So if we even see a small glimpse of a first mate of a
Yeah, it's
Yonko,
over.
I'm gonna tell you why we didn't see as much from Marco. He was going off, but Garp punched him, and it was just the end for him. He's like, "Oh fuck, that punch fucked it up." Like,
Garp's the best.
fuck the
Dude.
sea prison stole,
No,
fuck
Garp
all
is
that
the
else that
best.
happened.
Because
It was
Garp is like
Garp's
among the
punch,
best
man.
in the verse. So, like,
Laz robotic.
Okay, so maybe it's gonna be a little bit stupid that I'm gonna ask, but for example, a chess player, yeah, with chess players, what would be
Castling.
categories rank
Um,
for like with a chess playing game?
Wait, what do
I,
you mean?
I don't think category falls under those things because like
Well, they're
you
like,
can't really get higher than Queen, right? Queen would have to be Big Mom, and
yeah.
Rook
I
is the
think the
highest.
chess
So
ranking. I think the chess ranking is only for
The
the soldiers
army.
who stay on the island. Like I don't think the chess ranking is for the main crew.
No, because I was thinking, could it be that he's gonna be the one that's gonna marry Sanji
wait,
and
what?
Pudding?
Oh, like
Pudding?
like he's gonna be the
Oh.
priest.
Yeah.
I can see that, I guess. I thought you were going the route.
So he's like the bishop kind of
Well,
guy.
But a bishop like would be lower in that sense.
yeah, like you like if this is how I would see it. If he is somehow right, because like we do see that Cracker's a knight. I could see him being like I don't know, fucking like grandmaster. Like depending on like which way they go with it, because like I'm trying to think of something that's higher than a knight. Like I can't think of anything besides like a king. Like realistically, like of what? Because if Big Mom's the queen, then I could see him being the king. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys can hear me now or no?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, so now that we're talking about like the portrait, what did you guys think of that?
Let me put it like this. I initially when I read it, the whole Mother Caramel thing, the only thing I could think of right away that's like Big Mom's like dead mother. You know, like because like that's the way like I saw the portrait. Because usually like when people like got passed on and stuff, why would you keep like a photo? Like you keep a photo with them because they're deceased. But when we found out that this person ran away and they were considered a lifesaver for Big Mom, that kind of changes things a bit. I just want to put in quickly. I hope to God, Rhoda, please do not make it Bonnie. I do not want Bonnie being Mother Caramel. Like I will cry. I will fucking cry if it makes Bonnie Mother Caramel.
That'd be funny as fuck. But yeah, no, I thought it was cool because like it's like I don't know how to put it, like it reminded me like when I saw the portrait scene, it reminded me of like a mafia style thing where like it was all respect for like the ancestors, the relatives that can't make it kind of thing. And so I thought that was cool, but then the fact that it was also like a kryptonite for her, like a weakness, and it's her only weakness. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm waiting because like I'm sure we'll see at the wedding who it really is, or hopefully. Like, do you guys think it's gonna? Oh, do you guys think it's someone we've seen before or no? Because I feel like it's gonna be someone new.
I think it's gonna be someone new.
I
yeah,
don't know. Because every time I'm hoping for somebody new, it's always somebody we've seen.
For Mother Caramel?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember like the other
wanted to be
idea I
Bonnie,
saw was like it being like Miss Bucking, but then I'm looking at it, it's like if that's the mother, right? How the fuck do you give birth to Big Mom like that? You know what I mean? like realistically speaking, right? Like so as a miniature woman, that should kill her. You know, like if she's considered to be like what I believe from Elbaf, she's like a dwarf giant, and she was pretty much outcasted by the rest of the giants in Elbaf. Then it's like, how would this miniature woman, first off, get it on with the giant to give birth to Big Mom? So like right away, she has to be eliminated. You know,
Big Mom was
there's only
probably
one
little when she
answer.
was born.
Hockey.
I mean, like, could it be a
Yeah.
could it be like a translation error too? Because I could see them saying mother. It could be like sister or something else.
Well, I
but,
think
like,
I think mother is gonna be like caretaker, which, like I said, I'll talk about in my video later. It's probably gonna make a 20-minute thing. But now, like, I'm hyped because, like, I'm hoping it's someone new, and like I would love it somehow. Which this part I don't think so much, but like it'd be cool if it was like another D family. Like if we get more, I feel we're gonna eventually see more.
That'd be dope.
I just read the chapter, guys.
Wow.
Hey, good job,
What do you rate it?
44 himself.
What do you think of the chapter?
Legend.
Honestly, I thought like I knew this was going to be a like preparation chapter, so I didn't expect much, but it was better than I thought.
Okay. What would you rate it?
7.
Okay. It seems to be like the average.
Yeah.
Um.
I like how Luffy was like maybe they should have listened to how he wanted to infiltrate the party. Because
It's always super funny because he asked, he's like, Beige, I need your help real quick. And the only thing I could think of would be like, the
not
fucking. But the only thing I could think of would be like him giving him a straight up mafia suit, mafia hat, and like a Tommy gun of some sort, and literally Luffy just rolled in like, hello, say hello to my little friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
What'd you guys think of like the fact that like she did the loud screaming as like, oh, it's like an alien type? Like,
yeah, that was interesting. Because like it's just like that's such a weird like thing to kind of associate Big Mom with, like, or just anyone in general. The fact that it's like an alien sound, like what?
Yeah.
Like at first, before I saw the next part, I assumed it was Conqueror's Haki, kind of like how like Luffy yells and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you saw it was a separate thing.
Yeah, and so I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, do you think that's literally just her, like, she's just so fucking loud that that's what it is, or do you think it's like an actual power of her, like, soul fruit? Like, it resonates everyone's souls or something? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know about the fruit, but maybe let's say like if she's not from like, you know, dwarf giant, maybe she's like some fucking alien race. Like it's so weird. Like, how you associate an alien sound with this woman?
Yeah.
You know,
I think like they were just trying to say like otherworldly.
Yeah, like,
you know, like this is
like
like you
you've ever
cannot
heard.
describe it. Is what I think they're trying to say. Like
You've
not
never
like she
heard
sounds
this
like
before.
exactly, not like she sounds like an actual alien.
What do you guys think of the photo? Like, what could that picture have?
The Mother Caramel.
Yeah, someone close to her. We don't know exactly yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Draco's like, yo, Big Mom's from the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then headphones are supposed to be like the only thing that's going to keep that sound out of their ears.
Like as soon as I saw the sound, I literally thought, oh fucking though.
But you still have to be strong enough to withstand the Conqueror's Haki, though.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're blocking out the sound.
Luffy's got that Conqueror Haki or Conqueror's Haki. Dude, I love though how fucking like Capone's crazy. He's like super happy that they're gonna kill him, and then afterwards he's like, oh, like the daddy mode.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
That was one of the best parts of the chapter. I'm sorry. One, it goes from Capone.
You cut out what?
Cut out, Dan.
Yeah.
And then when the baby gets a
cut
cigar
out.
pacifier, dude, a cigar pacifier, I started dying.
Dan, you got to start over, bud.
Cut
out.
Okay.
All the
I was
hype
too
is
hyped.
gone right now.
Yeah, I got a little too hyped.
Round 2.
All right, but what I was trying to say is that was one of the best parts for me in the chapter, seeing Capone, like the little daddy face thing, and you know, and then seeing him with his little baby, and his baby gets a cigar pacifier. Like what? Literally trained enough to be like Capone, man. In 5 years, he might be taking Capone's head. You know?
Next big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean Capone. Like I keep saying this a lot, but like, yo, Capone has been like the best addition I think into this arc. Just like giving like a new like life shot, you know.
How fucked up would it be if Big Mom like executed the baby in front of Capone?
Like I wouldn't put it past Big Mom to do something like that.
I would put it past Oda. I don't think Oda.
Like let's assume though, right? Let's assume that somehow like Cat Curry, someone gets to hold the baby, and he still hasn't shot the rockets, but he's about to. Do you think Capone would stop?
I think he stops.
That's how I feel.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he stops based on that one panel that we saw.
Yeah.
Like literally, because like Capone did not seem like the type. Like even though he had the kid, like before this, and we saw he had a kid, I literally thought like, okay, Capone's kind of the man. One, he's gonna backstab Big Mom. Took one of her daughters, gave no fucks. You know,
Yeah.
baby because he wants the baby, but literally just to make himself seem more inconspicuous. You know.
Godfather's first thing is their family.
You know?
It's about that. They'll take their family over anything. So
Yeah. Even if the kid's like the ugliest thing in existence, like he's still rocking with it, you know?
The worst thing you can do is rebel against your family. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
maybe that was kind of
unless it's like your uncle trying to take your spot, then you got to kill him, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, that we can agree on.
maybe that was like some kind of foreshadowing. Like, in the middle of his sentence.
True, especially the way like Caesar mentioned, like, oh, if you don't give me back my heart, I'll. He said something about killing his son or something
going
like
after
that.
his son.
Yeah, he straight up said, "I'd kill your son."
Yeah.
Speaking of Caesar, where do you think he's gonna go after this island shit?
Dude, I think he goes with Capone.
I feel like he's gonna go
same.
back with Straw Hat, but like, I mean, assuming though they both go, like, assuming the plan goes correct, which it highly probably isn't. Do you think they're gonna go to Wano still, like Capone? Because like obviously that's supposed to be like the supernova arc in a sense, but do you think it's still happening?
Well, I mean, before this, like they were saying, like okay, like because literally this chapter Capone's like every man for himself. So I think he has wherever he has somewhere else in mind. Is what I'm thinking. You know, like before. What were you saying, Raph?
Or could he join the Finsmokes because he knows Judge already?
Could be.
I don't know. It's just like I don't see how people like them would be able to know each or should be able to know each other right off the bat. You know?
Yeah.
Like, because when you look at like the royalty in the One Piece verse, you know, like
Capone trashed them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, look at the way Ichiji or no, it was Niji. Look at the way Niji was for treating that first lady, the waiter, right? The waiter. Right? When he's like, oh, like this food, he threw all the food that she made, and he's like literally like this is utter trash, you know? Like if you're not royalty, you're literally not even a person. You know what I mean? Like
I'm only lying on me. Like,
yeah, like exactly. Like I don't think that even if they saw Capone earlier, they'd be like, "Who? Like what? No.
Yeah, but they should know him from the underworld.
But I don't, dude. Even someone like Judge, though, I don't think he's like heavily tied in the underworld. Though.
Like
that's my own personal thinking.
Yeah, like I feel like they're like like obviously they're assassins in the underworld, but like from how new Capone really is, right? To the underworld in general. Well, I guess not
they
to
don't
the underworld.
Need. They don't need to be on top of like who's the boss here. You know what I mean?
I won't be surprised though if they do, because like it almost seems like he had them in mind, like for the Tea Party and everything like that.
Hey, Theory.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
Oh, what's going on, Theory?
Honestly, oh, go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say I really don't think that he has them in mind. The guests that are coming.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Jinbei outright said that the guests are coming, but Capone didn't even allude to them at all. And this is his plan.
Also, for you guys, because remember I don't know if we discussed, but a couple people discussed before in the previous chapter. Peckham's noticed that there was people smuggling or moving around at night.
Yeah.
And we all speculated that maybe that's Capone, maybe he's bringing in weapons, maybe it's poison, this and that. But for him to not even mention it this chapter either means he's not telling Luffy everything, or that isn't him.
I think he's just not telling him.
I think it might be him.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Nah, yeah, I think he just didn't say.
I think he's. My thing is, bro, it would only make sense for him to betray Luffy at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like he is another rival. Like at the end of the day. And but the weapons, I've been saying for a long time. I do want it to be Buggy, bro. I feel like Buggy would be the best person to come out of fucking nowhere this arc. Like in terms of like just getting random like people to come there, because it would make sense for him to be the guy that makes like, the deliveries, because he is the guy with the connections.
He's got a link to the Giants and stuff, everything. It would just
like I see it happening, man. It's just like he's gonna walk up at there, he's gonna see Luffy, he's gonna be like, "What the hell have you done? Like you lost my Giants." Big Mom overhears, and that's it.
And it'd be funny as fuck if he was the reason that Luffy couldn't rip the picture. Like if he had cut off Luffy before he get to the picture or something like that. That'd be funny as hell.
there's another thing too. Is I think Capone is underestimating just the environment. Because I remember we were casually trying to get to Whole Cake, and we got frozen in the sea for a night because it turned to jelly. So if we try and escape, and it's nighttime, you ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But he's been there for like he should have some idea. You know what I mean? After being there for a year.
Yeah, he's been there for almost a year.
Well,
Yeah.
it could be that he got some plan on his own, and he got something like the other people. Well, I don't care because he said, well, after this is all for ourselves.
Yeah.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing.
I don't
Literally,
think this is gonna
Capone
happen.
had this plan, regardless if Luffy came and regardless if Caesar was coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this was happening no matter what, even if it was only Capone and like his crew. So I'm pretty sure he has something else up his sleeve.
But
where he's like,
I
okay,
don't
if
think
this
I don't
fucks
think
up,
the
I got
Caesar thing
this.
is true because it seems Caesar is vital to his plan. Maybe that's just a front. Maybe that's a poker face.
It
but
can't be, because like they said for how much they were planning, like Caesar's very new. Like he wasn't planning on getting Caesar,
Yeah.
So if he was planning for this long, he had to have had a plan where it was just his people.
And this is another thing. He didn't even mention this sea stone spear that he has. He hasn't mentioned he hasn't mentioned a lot of things. And if you look at Jinbei,
Jinbei's just watching.
He's just watching and seeing how things play out. And I don't know what's going on with him because we've seen he's very intelligent, very diplomatic, and he understands that we like the best. Like what's the word? For the greater good. He'll do things for the greater good. But in this situation, he seems to just be letting things go, and I don't know why he's doing that.
Okay, thank you, Terry, for that. Because I said to the people ready from our stream that I think, I don't know why, but it could be a possibility that Jinbei is going to be the one that's going to be betraying everybody.
Maybe. I doubt it, though.
It would
That'd be wild.
It would be wild, crazy.
That'd be wild.
I don't think so, but it would be wild. Like,
because that's like straight out left field. You wouldn't expect that to happen.
Jinbei would become one of the most loved characters to one of the most hated real quick.
I'd still love him.
But the thing is why I'm saying
I
this
would like him more.
The thing why I'm saying this is the fact that Jinbei got a lot of heart for the people from Fishman Island and stuff. And if Big Mom got something on him that has to do with Fishman Island or the people on Fishman Island, even like maybe Shirahoshi or something, I know for a fact that he would do helping Big Mama for that instead of the Straw Hats.
Oh, okay. In that case, I wouldn't like him. That would be some bitch ass shit.
But Ross, how's he gonna betray him when he's gonna die?
Well, no.
That would be hard around me though.
There's a lot of things against the betrayal, really, because he's indebted to Ace. He has respect for Luffy. I just don't. It's not in Jinbei's character.
Well, yeah, I don't really think it's like a betray, but it's in the first hand he's gonna betray. Like it looked like betray for the Straw Hats, but eventually he's gonna help them out. That's what I think is gonna happen, but he's gonna help them in some way because Big Mom got something maybe.
Another thing too. Sorry to interrupt you. Is Pedro right? He will die if we don't get his lifespan back this arc. And he doesn't seem to be He doesn't seem to be worrying about it. He's not brought it up. He's just letting it happen. And if he starts dying on our way out of this island, Luffy won't let that slide. You know what I mean? Like he has to get his lifespan back, or he will die.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he just dies at that point. Like, to be honest. Because, bro, realistically, think about it. Let's say they're running away, they finally got away, and Pedro starts dying. So what? Like, what are you gonna do to stop that?
I know, but
are you gonna walk up to Big Mom and be like, Big Mom, I know I fucked all your shit up, but I want Pedro to be alive?
But we're talking about Luffy here. I don't see if Luffy really doesn't want to let Pedro die.
No, I understand that completely, but what I'm trying to say is this. Look at even the plan that they had, right? They're literally it got portrayed to us this chapter that this is what Sanji said, right? He equated her to being a massive big iron balloon. And what's it called? Capone was like, yeah, you're literally right. She's a tank. She doesn't get hurt. So we've made this whole plan for the one time that we've ever seen her have an opening. If there is no opening, the people that we have on Whole Cake Island should not be able to hurt Big Mom.
Well, what I think is that even the
Even
opening
with the poison gas stuff that they have, they wouldn't be able to touch
I
it.
think
Yeah.
the opening will not be enough.
No, that's
Because-
no, definitely not, dude.
Yeah, well,
Like
the
it's
fact-
not like they're gonna get an opening and actually off Big Mom.
Another thing too is like this is what I mean, because there's so many outcomes or possibilities, right? The bomb could be a dud, as stated by Fishman Island. They said there's a chance it might not even go off,
Yeah.
but that would be really awkward storytelling if that were the case. And another thing too is if the bomb does go off, it ruins everybody's plan. And let's get out of that example. If we go with just Capone, what is Capone thinking right now, and what is it he's got planned? I don't understand how he is so confident, because not only would he have not had Brûlé by this point, he said, "Oh yeah, good job,
Yeah.
that helps." Not only would he have not had Caesar by this point, he wouldn't. There's so many things he wouldn't have. I
That's
don't
what
get
I'm
how.
saying. Like he must not be telling
how
us the
he's so
whole
confident.
story, because even
Yeah.
without all those factors, he still had a plan on going in there, walking in, and taking out Big Mom, and I presume walking out.
Escaping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's no way we got told everything.
So what you guys are saying is that my theory still stands.
What's your
What's that?
theory?
What's your theory, bro?
Is that this plan is a whole lot more like
Oh no, I think there's gonna be
Yeah, no, there's
I
way
think-
more to the plan.
yeah.
like
Exactly.
because I think he got the underworld brokers. I think he got Smoothie
Yeah.
and Cat Curry on his side.
Hey,
I
I
think
said
it's a
last
whole
week.
lot going on.
I said last week with the boxes and shit. Like he's gonna have like some way he's gonna try and store the assassins or like giants within those boxes, and as they open it up, it's gonna be like gifts or like castle cakes. That's in quotations, and inside them they're gonna be the assassins and stuff, and then like Red Wedding style, they're just gonna jump on out, and start killing people.
So two things real quick. First of all, I was thinking about I think Luffy's entrance is literally gonna be him coming out with a fucking cake.
Why does everybody keep saying that? How is he going to get into the cake?
How does he get
The
into the
only
cake?
reason I don't see it is because Luffy doesn't know it to be a big thing. You know,
No, I know, but
it would be super funny.
It's like because we're gonna expect something from him, right? And it's gonna just come out of nowhere, like if it happens. Also, the thing to say is, are we finally gonna see observation hockey from Sanji because he has to dodge the bullet point blank range?
We have
I mean,
to.
he already knows it's coming, so he doesn't need to use
He already
observation.
kind of used it. Like for him to judge Big Mom just based on seeing her, you know.
Yeah.
Like he never saw her like get hit by anything. He just was like, "Yo, this woman is a tank," just by looking at her.
So observation hockey lives.
No, it's always been
Yeah,
a lot.
sure.
Oda just doesn't use it all the time.
It's because it's so vague. Like they're all the powers within observation are so similar. It's hard to like put a focus on it. Another thing too is not every character has it. I don't know why like everyone seems to believe that like, oh man, this
No,
guy's
not
in this
everyone
group. He
has it.
has to have observation. No, not everyone's got. Not everyone's got it.
I think anybody who displays armaments and who is clearly a veteran should have observation.
But it's like you either it could be in your nature, it could not be in your nature. Rayleigh even said some people train their whole lives to get haki and they still don't get it.
Yeah, but those people those are people that like no matter how much they train, they're always going to be fodder.
Yeah, that's
Like to the point we're at right now in the story, there should be
Like
no
Van
more
Damme and
seeing
Gordon
fodder people.
Condoriano.
And the
Yeah,
New
there
World,
should someone like that. So he can train all he wants, doesn't matter.
I mean,
You know what I
He's
mean?
gonna be trash regardless.
He's a D.
No, but I'm
no,
just
no.
saying, like, to the point where we are in the story, like, it was already portrayed in the new world. If you don't have hockey, like, you literally are fodder. Like, get
Another
out.
Like
thing
Chinjao,
too
like
is what did-
Rayleigh said, 1 in a million for conquerors, and Chinjao
But
was
we've
like,
seen
you
way
know
more
how many
people.
people have? Yeah, like
do you guys what do you guys think about just Big Mom's stats this chapter? The Iron Body, the crazy scream that like
I'm not
rips
even
people's ears off,
surprised.
and then her King Saki on top.
I know.
Dude, I
where
think
you're
it
going with
boosted
this.
way up. Like,
No.
not boost in the sense
Well,
that, like,
theory's trying to say because I know theory is the same boat. There's people, bro, who are like, oh, it's Big Mom. Like, clearly she's fire. Clearly she can't fight. Like,
no, dude. Like, don't
Yeah.
even.
I know
If
that's
someone
ridiculous.
saying that, they're just wrong. Like,
No,
I don't want to
no.
say retarded, but, you know.
I mean,
No, but no,
It's
no.
like-
Actually, it's actually
people
Like,
that
they're
say
just
Big Mom
wrong.
is
Like, it's so
trash.
obvious. Like, dude, she's a fucking Yonko.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
Yeah.
we all knew it
I never
already,
understood people
only
saying
we
she was trash.
yeah, like like here, me personally, I think she's the weakest Yonko, personally, right?
Yeah, that's
But I'm
fine.
not gonna
You can- that's-
sit. But exactly, but I'm not gonna say she's fodder. She's a Yonko. She's, you know what I mean? She fodderizes most people in the series. You know?
Like no matter who you are, you don't take her down without it being high diff.
Exactly. Like,
Right.
bro, look at what the plan is right now. They're
That's why this
literally
ain't working.
planning on just basically nuking her. You know what I mean? Just like, let's just shoot a bunch of poison at her because we know we can't beat her. So let's just kill her like that. You know?
Another thing too is the children, or like for example, Pudding. For those of you that are still in the evil camp, yes, sure. There's a lot of evidence for it. I just feel it in my gut.
There's still stuff that like, for example, like the flashbacks and stuff.
Say it. She's good.
No,
she's
like,
not good. She's just neutral. She's just
Yeah,
not. She's just not a murderer.
I think it's like her eyes are kind of like the giveaway as well. If you look at those eyes, there's something behind it.
Yeah, bro, it looked like she was about to cry to me.
Yeah, because initially when I read it, I'm like, oh, she's just being like, pretty much acting like a dick or whatever, like, just kind of like being nonchalant. But as I took a look more into those eyes, man, like she's for sure hiding, like, how she really feels.
Believe in Pudding, man.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm believing Pudding as well. It's just like these little things could easily like.
You guys discussed Mother Caramel?
Yes.
Too much.
A little bit.
There's that like house Caramel. Did you talk about that?
I said if somehow Oda writes that this is Julie Bonnie, I will fucking cry in a river.
You're talking about Pudding. You're talking about Pudding's house, right?
Well, it's not even Pudding's house. It's like next to Pudding's house.
Yeah.
There's a house that belongs to Caramel, or is called Caramel House. So I don't know whether that's just the ingredient or whether it belongs to her. I don't know. It's up to you.
Could be like her first daughter or something.
Devil Egg brought this up to me. You remember how she was having she was trying to make a decision on what dress to wear, and then the servant lady told her that Mama doesn't like the dress that you picked out. Wear this one that she picked. But then in this chapter, she's like, I don't want to get blood on this dress, even though more than likely this is the one that Big Mom picked out that she didn't want to wear. So is she putting on the show for Big Mom still?
I think she's always been putting on a show.
She's an actor, dude.
I want to talk about it. Fuck it. After the stream, I'll just do it on Outer Haven to talk about the caramel thingy.
What else? There's another thing too. Oh yeah, Peckham's. He's like unless the fisherman can stop him, he is making his way somewhere. No, he's on his way somewhere.
He'll probably be another guy.
No, Peckham, dude, that's definitely gonna be a thing. Dude, Peckham is gonna come while the plan's like literally in the middle of the plan, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Another thing as well is Brûlée. She's been saying it so many times. I think 4 times now. I have to tell Big Mom about this.
Yeah.
Is she gonna spill the beans? Is it gonna happen?
Well, the thing is, too, the fact that we got that communication stuff with like the little piece of like the mirror and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised she would have found a way to like break a piece of the mirror and somehow connect it to something in Big Mom's room or wherever she is to communicate with her and let her know what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, I think
that is a possibility.
I think Oda's been giving us like a ton of like things here and there to like not trick us, but like so we don't know like what's really gonna go down. Like who's gonna be who's gonna be the one to like fuck up the plans.
I was go on. Who's that talking?
You mean red herrings?
Yeah, like because because I feel like there's Luffy, there's Peckham's, there's Brûlée, and like I don't know, there's just a ton of people who will like fuck up the plan. I feel like, or potentially
for people getting.
Do you guys believe that the handcuffs are truly fake?
No, they're real.
Dude, this is the thing. If they are real, then
get the fuck out
of here, bro. Like, how do you get them off? If they're real and Big Mom really has the key, and Big Mom's really not going down this arc, like what do you do? Like, how do you get that from her? Like, Sanji should, even if they leave, Sanji should be leaving with those cuffs on his hands.
Capone's head of security, so he probably knows what the keys are.
But there's another thing. But I can throw back the same question to you, Chief, as well. If they are fake and you still can't get the fake ones off without a key,
no. I'm assuming that what's it called? Eventually, like whatever, they're gonna do something. As long as they don't blow up, you can get them off. That's the whole thing.
It's not like he can get rid of it now before the wedding. Otherwise, they know something's going on.
Don't know. Like
my thing is, I think like I would like to see at least a relay scene with Luffy where you just straight up like you hear the tick.
I think people have been for a long time ago. That'd be really cool. What about Zeph? How do we deal with the threat of Zeph?
Okay,
Bro,
I'm gonna
Zeph's,
say
dude, Zeph's literally fucking one of the best. Like, let him do his
Allen.
thing.
He's going to be a whole kick on, man.
He's
I
gonna be
really
in the
hate
cake.
I hate this thing that they're threatening a guy and saying like, oh, if you do anything, Zeph's gonna die. He has to be there. He's gonna be in the pew or whatever, just waiting as like Sanji's walking down the aisle.
I still want to see what Big Mom, because like I'm like her whole thing, right, was that the cake itself was gonna like revolve around Luffy and like having blood jam or whatever in it. So I feel like I don't know, I feel like we gotta see that too, like what she's talking about, because that's another reason why I think she has to know everything. Like I think she's expecting like Luffy to go into the cake or something weird like that. Because like
I think that's a bit far fetched, if I'm honest.
like I think the whole thing with that when we first saw it was like she was referencing that like she knew the Straw Hats were gonna come, and like her entire thing
Well, yeah,
was
she knew they were coming, but I don't think she's gonna expect Luffy to go inside of a cake. I don't know about that.
Are you doubting Oda?
Yeah.
Dude?
Another thing,
No, I'm
another thing too is we were just talking about what were we just talking about? What were we just talking about?
You're going crazy.
Damn. I really can't
I lost
remember.
it. Oh yeah, Zeph. The Vinsmokes, right?
Yeah.
The Vinsmokes this chapter, I'm really I was all for them having an alternate plan, but I'm already starting to doubt their intelligence.
Especially after this, and they still seem to not know.
Yeah, I think they 100% know what's going on. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
they're not even allowed to bring bodyguards, and they're okay with that.
No,
yeah,
I think
they
why
have something for
I
that.
think
That's
they
It's
know.
probably because Judge has his own plan.
because I think if they brought the guys with them, the bodyguards and stuff, it'll be almost more set up that they are going to try and wipe out everyone. Because why would you just wipe them out and leave the bodyguards as it is?
So, what do you guys think Judge's plan is for you guys saying that like they have to know? Like, if they know and Judge knows Big Mom is going to stab him in the back,
Yeah.
what could Judge's plan be when we were told Judge's initial motivation for the wedding was to get Big Mom's help?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he could potentially be after? Because if it's not
The
Big Mom's
clones.
help,
No,
I
but
mean,
he
if
already
they already-
has the clones.
yeah, those are his clones.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if she's gonna betray him and he knows the clone's gonna
No,
help him out.
I'm saying if he knows that, if he really knows that Big Mom is already like, this is a fake wedding. There is no wedding. Big Mom and pirates are planning on killing them, and he's going in with no bodyguards or anything, right? What
Like
do you guys think he could potentially be after if it's not Big Mom's help? That's
I've
that
always-
important that we
I've been
see.
confused
I
about
have
this
no
ever since
idea.
they talked about the reverie. Ever since he was like, "You do realize we're going to be leaving the reverie for
Exactly.
this, right?" And I was like, "Well,
Exactly.
what is this?
Yeah.
What is
It
this?"
would be crazy somehow if like Germa set up like a multiple alliance of some sort from like different like people from like we saw the Reverie to somehow like team up with him, or like again going back to the underground brokers if like they were shared. Because if he is on the plan, that's the only thing that would make sense for him to betray her. It's like if in his mind he can actually accomplish this plan of betraying her and getting like everything that he wanted and then some. Because taking down a Yonko would give you a ton. Like those 34 islands are worth, I feel like, more than the North Blue. That's how I see it.
Well,
I'm thinking that Capone will be the diabolical genius. Maybe it's Judge. Maybe he's the one that's going to enact the plan that I'm thinking of.
Well, if you go back to remember the second stream we ever did on this channel, I did say my thing is that if he, let's say that for an alliance now, if he was to actually work with the Marines, I'm just saying Buster Call.
But why would that make him leave the reverie?
TGK.
No, I'm saying he'll use the Marines, like he's working in league with the Marines.
But if he becomes non-royalty, he won't have that partnership anymore.
Because
He becomes an enemy.
He wouldn't have.
Yeah, but like,
That doesn't make sense because he wouldn't have access to the Buster Call in your mind.
no, but what I'm saying is like what he's saying, like the whole like he's leaving the Reverie and stuff. I'm guess like he's using it as like a charade. Like he's not actually meeting what he's saying, and like the whole time, like in disguise, he's actually setting up like something with them. So he's saying like, "Oh, I'm not going to be in the Reverie anymore" and stuff. To him, no, it's bullshit. Like he knows what's going on because he has maybe something in league with the Marines. You know, because like if they were to try to take down one of the Yonkos and stuff, and they establish someone else who is affiliated with them with the world government and stuff, they would rather have someone like that holding position of a Yonko rather than having Big Mom, who's like clearly not even working with them. Change the bounty and stuff for Sanji because it's Judge's connection with the world government.
But
the fact that he has that connection, like, it still help out.
I don't know. We'll refer to the chat on this one.
Yo, is Ichiji? This is a joke, by the way. Is Ichiji eating smiles, man? Because he's got that smile tattoo.
Yeah, I know it's a tattoo. Like, I mean, what's the symbolism on that though?
He's just number one, man. He's Robbie Rotten.
He's the fucking best.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still say like he's probably the mastermind, if anything, just because how quiet he's been the entire arc.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Swoosh, not Swoosh. God damn it, Laz. The
That's hardcore hype, yo.
Yeah, you know, it's a bit heavy.
yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the that's what I'm saying. He's been very quiet, and whenever Judge has been blatantly saying this, if you believe he has a plan, blatantly saying his fake plan, Ichiji's always like, he never mentions it. Niji's always playing along, but Ichiji just sits quiet or says something else about Sanji. He never talks about this fake plan that they have.
So what you're saying, like you think Judge and Ichiji are in on it and no one else knows?
Well, I just feel like Ichiji isn't stupid enough to like play games. He's just here to do the job.
Mm.
Like Judge and Niji, they're like, haha, yeah, we want to kidnap Pudding, haha. And Ichiji's just like, yeah, whatever. Sanji's a dickhead.
Yeah, like I'm personally, I'm still waiting to see what's up with Beige's, like Comey, fucking nitro or gel. What is it?
The Nitro,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nitro the jelly.
Yeah.
I try to call it Nitro Cell the jelly, but like I still think that's gonna be a thing. Like I still personally think that that's gonna be like a sort of like I don't know what to call it specifically. Like I think that's kind of like the game plan is Pudding. That's how I see it. Because realistically, right? Like of all things, I feel like the most valuable on the island is probably Pudding and then the poneglyphs. Because without Pudding,
can
Robin,
decide
yeah,
for
you
them
can't read it.
eventually.
Yeah. And so that's how I feel. So I personally always thought that like Beige's real plan was straight up going to be trying to steal, like kidnap, I should say, Pudding. That's how I saw it.
Hmm. I don't know. Like, it just seems like it's like there's no way I can believe that Judge doesn't know what's going on. Because if he
Yeah.
literally just walks into this and he just dies, like that just kills the hype on the Germa and like everything for
Yeah.
Sanji. You know.
The other thing is, what is Raichu up to? Because she already knows that Pudding, well, she believes that Pudding is evil, right? She already knows that the handcuffs are fake. She already believes that Judge is being too naive. So what is she doing about it? Is she just going to sit around and watch?
I think she just accepted it. Like that's why I
Yeah,
thought
like
they said.
she literally said, "This is where the German dies."
Yeah, like and
But why this is tough. Why wouldn't she just say, "Yo, Judge, I think you're being naive. Let's bail." Like, why is she just
she
Yeah,
wants
like,
him to
obviously,
die.
yeah.
She
wants
feels
him-
bad for putting Sanji through hell.
Have you seen?
She wants to redeem herself.
Have you seen?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
but
not
she
saying anything
already
and let
knows
things
that.
go as they go.
I don't think it's about Sanji. I think it's about what the German represent. They're all about war. They're warmongers.
Yeah.
But she
Mm.
shouldn't care necessarily, you know? Like in this, and I'm saying that in the sense that like how she said she can't disobey Judge, like, and how she's
Yeah.
genetically modified,
But
and
she's
how
done
she
that like
lacks some
15
emotions.
times already. So
Wait, what?
she says she can't disobey Judge, but she's done that like 15 times.
No,
already.
I know what you're saying. I'm just the only thing I'm trying to get at is it's been said how she's also genetically modified, you know? So I'm just thinking like I don't know like why she would be so against the Germa when this is all she's ever known. You know?
I just feel
Because
like
she could have done
also-
that at any point up until now.
I think
you
it was
know?
kind of like as a kid, like you don't really understand what you're doing wrong. Like your parents were like your life, and so I feel like her finally understanding like that the Germa are evil, like you know that they have no like reason to be alive anymore. I think she's finally like realized that. That's how I see it. And like when she
Cutting
said,
out,
"Oh, I
DDJ.
can't." Wait, what?
I was saying you cutting out. Maybe it was
Right.
just me. I don't know.
You're lying to me, Steve.
I think it was Steve.
Trying to censor me. But no, like I think that like it's kind of like her saying like I can't disobey was more of like, you know, but like not like she actually can't disobey, but like you know she chooses not.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way I think of it, because it is what it is like Nazi, right? Like they are representative of the Third Reich, and it's kind of like the idea of like, oh, like you know, should we charge people now that we're finding out we're Nazis at the time, right? You know, because technically they did have a choice, but at the same time, like you're in a country run by Hitler. Like, do you have a real choice?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like that. That's how I saw it. Like morally, it was wrong, but like that's all she knows. So it's kind of like, is it really wrong?
I don't know, bro. Why? I mean, if she just chooses not to, then why even bring that up right before she describes how she disobeys him?
What do you mean?
Like if it's just like oh, I don't want to disobey father. Like when she said that, I took it as like it's programmed into her
Yeah,
not to
that she
disobey
has
him.
to, and she can't really disobey him. That's how I read it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it's like she can disobey, but she
Chooses
like,
not to.
yeah, she physically can, but like she mentally can't. Like,
Hey, Pharaoh,
Yo, what's going on?
What's
how's
good,
it going?
yeah.
Farrah, what'd you think of the chapter?
The chapter?
Yeah.
It was pretty good, but there is like a lot of like some stuff we don't know about. Cause like, did you guys talk about like the caramel, like who that person
A little
was?
bit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, about
And a
2
lot,
times.
a lot of people are saying it's Bonnie. Because I don't know where they got that from, to be honest.
Because
But
they want they're
I hope
stretching it.
it's not,
They
bro.
really want Bonnie to be a part of this arc some
Because they
way.
haven't eaten their vegetables.
That's
Not
good.
thinking
That's good.
straight.
Because their theory about her being related to Lola and this and that is slowly becoming more wrong and more wrong. But you gotta cling to that last thread of hope, man.
yeah. And I find the whole plan kind of silly, bro. Like they had to give Big Mom that kind of nerve, like a picture, really. But
I mean, how else?
That was my whole thing too.
Yeah, this
Like
is
it's just stupid, dude. It's stupid.
this is what I would say to that, Pharaoh. Like the only thing I think about the whole plan is, what could Oda have written would made you happy about the plan? Like I don't think that there was anything, like no matter how meticulous he made it out or like drew it out
I mean,
for us, at the end of the day we still would have been like, but it's Big Mom. Like that's a Yonko. You know what I mean?
I was just expecting it to be a little bit like just a little bit more. You know what I mean?
get it. I completely
Like,
get it.
that was
but
my
I'm
whole
just saying,
thing.
like,
I mean, I can understand the poison part, but the picture where she loses, I'm guessing that person must be like really, really important to her.
Yeah.
Because she has, if you look at the panel, like she has a spot on the table reserved for her.
For it, yeah.
Laws.
Could have had like a sea stone girdle, shoot it at her.
What do you want to say, Chris?
Well, don't say it right away because in case it's spoilers. But I'll talk about it. Like,
another thing is
nice.
the sorry, I'm into
Theory.
It's fine. It's only
going.
funny because it always happens to me.
Keep going, Theory.
If you guys wanted to like, because I know we were saying, oh, if the photo breaks, then she gets weakened. Well, in a real one-on-one fight where there's no photos around, there's nothing to like waver her spirit. Her physical defense is already pretty high. We already know Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon have never been hit except for Brooke. If you fight this woman, how do you win in a real fight?
You don't. That's the whole point. I feel like.
Wait, you know how they were saying her like skin is so tough? Like, do you guys think that's hockey or like?
Yeah, I think that's just her. Her.
I think that's just
like
her nature.
I think it's hockey.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for it to be anything else. Because I mean, if you let your guard down, it doesn't change your durability.
I mean, the only thing is like when we saw with Rayleigh when he was playing like hockey, when he actually used hockey, we didn't see like his arm going black or anything when he was like attacking like the monsters and stuff. So maybe like Big Mom is to an extent where she's so well advanced in hockey that she doesn't know the color, Like
I think it's something like this. Think about like Kaido, right? When he jumped off the island, I don't think he was using hockey. I think
he just
that much of a beast.
Yeah,
he's just like
he's just crazy.
But I think that's just like their base stats.
Yeah, their base stats. Crazy.
I don't know, bro, because I mean, like, how can it be her base stats, but it goes away when she lets her guard down?
No, I think that's the whole
exactly.
thing.
That's what I was thinking as well. Because I was thinking maybe it's some sort of hockey that's like always on every time until like she has like this crazy meltdown, and it was probably the same with Whitebeard. Like the cannons weren't really hurt till like he was sick and all, but.
I feel like their hockey's so strong that it just.
Yeah, I got you with an example though, Steve.
I don't know why everyone wants to keep just saying it's haki, because if she's got this crazy haki on, and then Kaido's got this crazy invincible haki on, and then Shanks has got it's just the same old.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, Theory?
It just could be her skin, you know. She could just be
exactly. She's just tough. She's a big woman, man. Come
So
on.
why does it go away? Why does it go away?
Yeah,
when
why
you
does
see
it
it
go
in
away
the
when
picture?
she's like in
like
that
this.
state?
It could be something. It could be something to do with her fruit. It could be all sorts of
No,
things.
I think it's
just like how if you look at, like, sorry, if you look at like the Germa, right? We see that Ichiji and that they've got this alloy or this steel plating in them, but Sanji don't, and that's because of the drugs or whatever. But you could also argue it's because of his emotions. Reiju is kind of a counter to that, but even still, she got hit by that gun, and some people argue that if Pudding were to shoot Ichiji and Niji, it wouldn't work on them because they're later models than Reiju. They were made 3 years afterwards. So it could just be something to do with how she was born or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I can see that.
I just be her catching her off guard or not, dude. You know.
I just think that's her, like, when she hit the ground, right? Because they said the only time she ever hurt herself, right, was when she was doing something to herself, when she was on the ground scraping her knees, right? I'm thinking that she just straight up like scraped her knees. Like I bring up the third Raikage like example again, like how only he could have injured himself. Like that was the only way to hurt him. I think it's like her hitting the ground was her injuring herself. That's how I see it.
DGK, I thought about the same thing with Kaido. You know the scar on his like left side?
Yep.
I thought that was him. That was like he hurt himself. I thought that was like a similar case with Raikage.
That's when the Shanks met him and threw him off the boat.
No, that's definitely
I'm of the mindset.
Well, he did say that Whitebeard did a number on him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nah,
like,
that's a mistranslation.
Oh, that was a mistranslation?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we all know Shanks is the best.
Yeah. But like I was gonna say earlier, Laws is what's that new manga? God damn it. I'm blanking.
Oh, Dr. Stone, right?
No. The one with the children with Norman and them.
Promise Neverland, yeah.
Yeah. Who I think Caramel is would be kind of like, well, not in that exact way, but like the mom.
Oh,
something like that. But I think it like in a good way. I'll talk about it later after the stream.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. What do you think Sanji's gonna do?
He's gonna dodge a bullet. Bro. Like, what do you mean? That's all he has to do.
Sanji's gonna hit Sweet Chin music on Pudding, and then that's it.
That's his one job.
Nope.
Nah, Sanji still won't hit it though.
I think Sanji, like he's gonna make a plan because I think he doesn't fully trust Capone, so it's like, yo, we have to have a backup. Like he's gonna tell Luffy that.
I would die if like Luffy's like actually the one to like betray fucking Capone or something. Like
oh my god, like yo. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like holding a piece of the cake in his hand and running away?
The thing with the mirror, right, where Capone's like, yeah, make sure you have a mirror ready to go, right? And like, oh, I'll have Brûlé. I could straight up see Capone trying to leave, like take Brûlé and just straight up leave the Straw Hats to like fend for themselves, especially since Sanji or Luffy's like, oh, I have to save Sanji and his family, and like Capone's like, yeah, you go do that, and like we'll take care of the assassination.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe like that he's that caring where he's like, oh yeah, like you know, I'll let you go do that. I think he's gonna try to like abandon Luffy to like fight Big Mom by himself while he like just straight up dips.
Is he gonna use his recipes?
I feel like he has to use the recipes. Yeah.
At least one of them. That's how I feel. Like because there were Luffy's like actually the one to like betray fucking Capone or something.
Like, yo, James, are you playing something?
Oh shit.
Yo, like, we gotta sabotage him.
The thing with the mirror, right, where Capone's like, yeah, make sure.
What's going on?
Like Manoj in the chat or
Because
Katrina
I was
said in
like,
the
dude, I didn't know if it was you or like literally in, like
That's
there
super
was an
confusing. I was like,
echo.
wait, what?
And then I was like, no,
Guys-
that's him talking like that's a delay.
Do you guys reckon that like Manoj said in the chat that if Big Mom fell off Sky Island, she would survive like Kaido?
I think so.
Bro,
maybe.
honestly, the way I see it, bro,
Through sheer physical ability, I don't think so, but I think she could survive it if she used Zeus as a cushion.
Dude, I think she'd tank it, just to be
gunfire.
honest.
Like she survives gunfire and cannon fire, and like I wouldn't be surprised if she could fall from a skyline.
Bro, Capone literally said he's been there for a year, right? And he's never even seen her get hurt, right? Like ever. Like implying that, like, okay, maybe Big Mom was fighting at some point, you know, like whatever. Like, because if he's saying, oh, I've never seen her get hurt, but she's just sitting in a chair, of course you've never seen her get hurt. He implied it like, yo, I've seen people try and take on Big Mom, and it's not pretty. You know what I mean? I think the whole thing about her hurting herself was just like, it's going to be something so dumb where it's just like, yo, she's caught off guard. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like she's just not ready to endure the pain. Therefore, like her durability and like whatever like is down in that sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I
Because like, what hurts more, right? Like, let's say like you're walking through your house and you stub your toe, right? And you're just literally like, oh fuck, like that hurt a lot. Would that hurt more, or if you were to like kick something, knowing you're kicking something? You know what I mean? Like, in one sense, like you have no idea what happened and you get hurt. In the other one, you can prepare yourself. You know?
Yeah, it's the element of surprise.
That's honestly what I think it's going to come down to. Like, it's
Yeah.
whether you catch Big Mom off guard, you have a chance. But if she's on guard, it's over. And like that's
Yo,
it.
what if like everyone expects the bullet to go off, but
No.
Pudding like straight up kisses Sanji?
Oh.
Yeah.
It would be funny because that would like
Fuck up everyone's. It would even fuck up Capone and Luffy's.
Yep. It'd all be funny because like Sanji of all people would be like, "What the fuck? Like this never happened.
And he would
This has
actually
never
throw
happened."
them all.
Yeah.
Like,
That would be super funny.
I mean, like,
I just thought about something. Shouldn't observation hockey be capable of sensing killing intent?
It should be, but we're not going to go into it.
Oh, come on, man.
We're not.
Only because like there are a lot of things that it should do. It should
It
let
should
Big
do
Mom
a
know
lot.
that. It should let Big Mom know that they're on the island.
Yeah.
But, like it's not.
could you imagine like they use his observation hockey so on point? Like, you know, the minute she's about to pull the gun and everything, like she looks at her hand and like the gun's missing, and Sanji just has it in his hands like, I don't think so.
Like I don't know. I like there's like I like
just the way
chapter
they
because like
described
there's
observation hockey. Like even if they went in and Sanji never found out about the plan, like just the way they first described it, he should have realized like, okay, I'm going in for a kiss, and like, wait, she has a gun. She's trying to, like in 3 seconds, she's literally gonna try and kill me. You know, like that's how it was kind of described. Like you can sense things before they happen.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I like how like they made it so there were a bunch of like what ifs this chapter. That's why I rated it high. Like
There's been what ifs for a long time, dude.
no, but I'm saying like
Yo, but dude,
there's,
this
like,
whole arc has been what if.
you know, that-
Exactly.
Like,
You
it's
know,
like the first time it's
literally
so
the whole
hard to
arc.
kind of it's like so hard to kind of like, you know, try and guess, because like it's very easy we can like guess and say, oh, this is what might happen, but this is the first time, especially with this arc, like I have no idea what's going on. That's why I don't get
I'm
bothered
with you, man.
sometimes.
I've been lost for like a good 20 chapters.
Yeah, it's like
It's
like
been
sometimes you say like,
frustrating.
oh, like right now I could like say, okay, maybe the wedding's gonna finally happen because she's in the fucking gown and everything, but then eventually we can get like a next chapter, something's gonna delay it afterwards, you know, the guests coming in, the preparation of the cake, like just so many things, and then even then that could be absolutely wrong because something else could be happening.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you guys something about the chapter, by the way.
Mhm.
So, who do you guys think, like, in the picture or in the panel, right? When we actually get to see the picture, right? Who do you guys think those people are? Because in that panel, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like everyone in the panel is wearing a crown. So I'm assuming like they're like the kings, essentially like the representation for like different countries or something. And we even see the guy who has like the dark, like demonic type wings, kind of like Magellan. You know?
Yeah.
I want to say like maybe like to an extent they might be like relatives of hers, like they're not actually like living on the island, but like uncles and aunts and stuff, like something along that line.
Well, what about that guy then with the wings? Like, how do you, or I don't know, like, because we haven't seen a lot of people like that, especially with wings like that. So I'm not sure if it's going to be like down towards a race of people like that, or just specific people have it.
Wait, were you
You
talking
know?
about specifically? Sorry, I kind of like,
No,
kinda
in
wanna
the
go.
panel where they talk
Phase
about,
seven.
in the panel with the picture, right, when Capone's saying the plan, if you look at
Oh,
the people sitting
oh,
around
yeah.
the table, how they all have crowns on them.
Yeah, I thought they were like the top royalty. Like for instance,
No, that's
like,
exactly what I was
we've
saying. I was
talked-
like, yeah, they must be like the kings and like
Yeah,
representation for
we
like
haven't
countries.
we haven't talked about it at all, but like whatchamacallit, the Morgan family or Morganus family, right? That get
Yeah.
mentioned, and then the Rudfelds, like
Yeah.
Maybe that's them.
Also,
Yeah.
Monster, I was saying one of the people has wings like Magellan and stuff, like
Oh,
the like
yeah,
dark
well, yeah.
demonic
Well,
type wings.
we see that from the table with Big Mom's kids when Montior is talking, right? Like we see a bunch of things like that. For instance, like the Struzen guy had a cap similar to what the guy called Captain Crunch, like the same kind of like hat.
Yeah.
That I was talking.
Yeah.
So I think there's like certain races that all are affiliates. I think it's gonna be
Yeah, no, but that's exactly what I was saying.
like
Like,
this is how I see it. Like for instance, if the Skypeans were there, right, I would see a Gonfall being there, like as the representative for that kind of like country and like race. That's how I see it. because like we see like multiple races, and I'm sure that each one of them have to have like someone that is
Right.
a part of them.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't this have a plot hole? Because you basically wed your daughter or son to basically a person from that kingdom, and for those people to come to your wedding, the previous wedding should not have had bloodshed.
No,
Well,
but Big Mom does weddings all the time. Like literally, it can be that like, okay, let's say there's 20 weddings, right? She can have 15 legitimate ones and be like, okay, I just got 15 new allies, whole countries, right? Then for 5, she can be like, I'm taking all your shit.
Yeah, like I don't
Like
care
literally,
about
like I don't
you,
care, like I don't
so-
need you. I just need what you have.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be every wedding.
and like
this.
this is how I
It's
see it
just
too.
there have been weddings like this, you know?
Like, and I think they're accepting of it. Like they don't.
Yeah,
give a fuck.
exactly.
Like realistically, because that's the whole thing. Like how Nietzsche said it originally, or sorry, Yanji. Like you're pirates. Like real and pirates to most people is like you're scum. Like we don't care because you can do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you report to no one.
Devil said that wouldn't it be like a little cartoonish if everyone had a secret plan, like everyone?
Not, I mean,
Not
not really,
really.
because that's what this arc is all about. I feel like it's
betrayal.
it's betrayal, and it's like who's gonna do what kind of thing. Like, because Kando's thing is probably gonna be like a straight, not like completely straight up, but like a fight to the death. Like at most things, like it's gonna be a straight fight for most of the characters. I feel like, or this one is like you have to like plan out how to take these people down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
realistically, they like if they were to all come to Big Mom, die themselves, they shouldn't even be able to fight her with everyone there. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And then they put on top of the fact that like they're in her homeland with all of her people, like they realistically, like Brooke and Paige were talking about, like they have no chance normally to even remotely beat these people. So like they have to go like like crazy like behind the scenes planning.
Mhm.
Do you guys think that if we did, like, everything goes wrong and we have to somehow have a team fight against Big Mom, like this is in the ideal situation that the guards are just KO, okay? Like
Yeah.
like everyone versus Big Mom. That you got Jinbei who nerfs Prometheus with water. You got Luffy who nerfs Zeus with rubber. You've got
Yeah.
Brook who nerfs just the not being able to hit them. You've got Nami who nerfs just like the weather abilities and stuff. Is that enough to take her on if she's like in a legitimate serious fight?
I don't think so.
No, dude, I think Big Mom for what she is for Yonko.
There's no way.
Like I see the Yonkos as like, bro, you could be literally like I don't know.
You can bring
like,
an army. Like bring your whole army.
because like the whole thing with Ben Beckman, right? This was fucking chapter 1, but he's like, yeah, but you have to bring a
Yeah,
fucking
you need an
fleet.
army to
Warship.
fight.
Yeah, you have to bring the warship to fight him. But like, I guess like I can understand like where you're coming from, like the whole like taking away the gimmick that makes Big Mom, and then like having just fight her as like herself without like all the other charades and stuff that she can use against them.
But it's just, like, yo, just look at what they said in this chapter, bro. Especially like going on the idea of she's a like tank, and when they say like an iron balloon, like, bro, Capone was like, yo, because I've been here a year, I actually managed to see her get hurt once, right?
Yeah.
Capone's wife is like, yeah, no, I'm her daughter, and this is the only time I've seen Big Mom get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess like the way
I don't see it. Like, she's just too much of a tank. I feel like you should. That's why they've been planning for this whole thing, because Capone knows. He's like, yo, there is literally no way that we're beating her if she's not caught off guard. Like, it's not happening.
I feel like if anything, beating those 3 might be all they can do.
Yeah,
That would be something good to see. If they escape and they take out Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon, that would be.
Yeah, like I
mean,
think Brooke already did something
yeah,
specifically
Brooke has
for
that claim
later.
first, technically, yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, I think later, like, when she tries to use Prometheus, that, like, he's already gonna be, like, disabled by Brooke, like, because Brooke, like, plans ahead. And, like, going back to, like, talking about, like, Big Mom and, like, their chances, I think, realistic, I don't know, like, I could be stretching them too, like, much for hype, but, like, I think even Smoothie could solo everyone on the island. That is against her. Like, that's how OP I think that these commanders should be. If Luffy with a nerfed cracker with Nami, right, can't even beat him, and like this person's stronger, because like I imagine like the 3rd to the 2nd is like a decent gap, but I think the 2nd to the 1st is the biggest gap in my mind. But like I think even Smoothie, bro, because like I don't know, like I think I don't know. Like I said, I could be overhyping it, but I just think these people should be monsters. The fact that like Oda's been basically trolling in a sense, like nerfing the entire crew, all arc, like compared to where a lot of people thought a Yonko's crew should be. I think that's how I feel like they should be. Is like they should be just fucking monsters.
Yeah, because it's like with Cracker, it's like he had to try and take out Luffy without trying to kill him. Because if he fought with the intent to kill, I mean, like, is Luffy gonna be able to stop him? I don't think so. I think Cracker would show like how crazy he is, and that's
like,
number 3.
Yeah, and look how fast fucking King Bomb got taken out. You know what I mean?
Do you guys think Cracker is gonna show up at the tea party?
He's showing up.
Dude,
I
he has to.
Like, I'm telling
He'll be
you,
healed
How
by
much
this point.
time has
He should be healed.
passed? Do we know? Like,
at least like a full day.
I think like a day or so.
Yeah, it's only been a
he
day.
has to come
But
back.
it doesn't even matter. Like, dude, like he literally has to be there. Like, yo, this is the whole thing. Especially for how they were making it seem like, oh, like if you don't show up, like we're gonna start going after your fucking friends and family, start chopping them up till you show up, you know? Like I'm pretty sure Cracker by this time in his life knows the deal. Like I could be on my deathbed, I show up to the wedding. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you see Cracker still hurt, and he's like, you know what I'm like, you could see
I
his
think
dude
he's
in
in a
crutches.
wheelchair. Like,
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Wheelchair.
Laid out of
bed.
something,
Raps
and he's
and
just limping his way
I
in.
think it comes with the crutch, bro. He's gonna come with the crutch. He's gonna be waiting at the door of the aisle and stuff. He's like, "Yo, Luffy, round 2." And
You know, but that's what I'm
He's
saying.
gonna have a pretzel crutch.
Yo,
that would be
said it,
hype.
Steve.
You heard it
But that's what I'm
first.
saying. Like, even if he's just come like crutches or wheelchair or whatever, he's going to make sure he's there.
Yeah,
Yo,
like,
I saw a cool theory. You know how like Big Mom basically takes all the heat on her children, right? Like with, what was it with Chiffon, I think, where he beat her.
Yeah.
Well, someone said that where Cracker got his scar from was from Big Mom.
The Prometheus.
That's what I've been thinking.
He failed a mission or something, and Big Mom bit his ass.
I think that like Prometheus just straight up like set fucking fire to him.
Yeah, maybe. But
Because
that was interesting.
I remember when that shit was first out. People were like, "Oh my god, Ace did it!" Like,
Yeah, I remember the back of my head when I saw the whole thing with Chiffon, seeing how she was like being black and blue, and I'm thinking, you know, what are the possibility, like, you know, Pudding might have like manipulated her memories to kind of think like, oh yeah, this is all the stuff that's going on. Because I really do feel to a certain extent, even though what we've seen Big Mom, like how she's treating her kids, I really do feel at the very bottom it's a mother. She still has to have some sort of care for her kids.
Yeah.
You know? Because like it's like the thing with Lola, because like I've said it before in so many streams, but like the whole thing with like the low-key connection stuff, I really do feel that low-key possibly was like maybe like a an abuser, like domestic abuser, that kind of thing. And we know what Lola, she wants to get with a perfect man. And clearly if we see like how the Giants have been represented as like Vikings and everything, if we go by the personality of a Viking, they never treated like kids, women, like the elderly, like that kindly. So for that to actually happen, right, and Loki was like this piece of shit to Lola, why would she want to marry someone that's a complete 180 to what she wants? And maybe Big Mom in a sense probably got her to escape and run away so that there wouldn't be any issues, but she had to take the full brunt because she's already suffering, you know, the issues already with Elbaf. That just made it even worse now.
who hurt you as a child, Loss?
But then why would she end up beating Chiffon?
What a good idea.
I was waiting for Steve to say something like that.
Well, you thought Steve would say that?
Yeah, I was waiting for Steve to big. I'll find him for you.
Yo, what if Oda kills Sanji in a trolley way? Would y'all drop One Piece?
Nah.
No, keep reading.
Seriously?
I mean,
He has 3 brothers. I mean, we just need one of them.
Yeah, no, Ichiji would
Just
join
tell
the
him,
crew.
Ichiji replaces him. That's it.
Yo, Ichiji comes on the crew. We have the best.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm being serious because look, I don't see Sanji not kissing Pudding. Like
I'm literally
how's he gonna
being
dodge
serious.
a bullet with Pudding trying to kiss her? I mean, trying to kiss him.
That's where you finally get an observation hockey feat.
Wait, so he does it on his own?
No, what I'm
accord.
saying, I don't see him being able to resist that. Is Sanji gonna be able to
I
resist
know
that kiss?
exactly.
Right.
He has to dodge and kiss at the same time. That
No,
must
he's
be
gonna do
some
it. He's gonna
feat.
steal
Yeah, like,
it.
That
yeah,
must be some
Okay, I see
feat.
what you're saying.
Yeah, like he takes the initiative. Yeah, he takes the initiative on his own and actually does plan the kiss on Pudding. You know, because that's something she wouldn't expect. Like after hearing, like for sure, because like knowing the situation that he's in right now, after overhearing and stuff, like she would think like, oh, like he's gonna do whatever and stuff, but she's not gonna know that he knows the plan. and if she tries to kiss him, she's gonna be like, "Well, what the hell?" Like,
watch this be how pudding comes back,
Or-
like not just good and whatever, but literally it's like, wait, Sanji, wait up, you know, and starts following when they try and leave.
yeah,
He's like, no, Sanji, we're actually married. Like,
yeah, they're gonna be like they're gonna be sailing off with 1,000 sunny and shit. You're gonna see like someone like a barrel. You're gonna see the barrel like moving
you're
and
gonna
shit.
see a
But what the
chocolate
fuck?
chip that pudding makes on the spot, and she's
I already
like,
got
don't
it, I already
leave.
got it. I already got it. You remember that barrel that we saw that Jinbei and Nami were running around,
Yeah.
right? That barrel is gonna come back into play, and we're gonna see the barrel in the sunny, and inside is gonna be pudding trying to go and find Sanji.
Yeah, that's Nikki. Like, imagine Nikki's worst nightmare. Like, pudding is alive,
Oh,
he's wedded, and Jinbei is still alive.
Yeah, guys, I have a question. I have a question though. Like, is Pudding's job to take out all the Vim smokes? Like,
like
or
every-
just
her job
Sanji?
is just to be there, be
Yeah.
the bride. That's her job, you know. Just
I know,
to
but her job
pretend
is to
be the
shoot.
bride.
Okay. Oh no, I thought she was gonna be cold-blooded killer and take them all out. I thought she was gonna go savage. She seems like she's like a sociopathic fucking killer. She's like
I think it's
she knows she has to kill, but she doesn't want to. It's like
So she's a regular female. Okay.
So are the Big Mom's kids gonna betray Big Mom? You think?
I think there might be some, dude, to
There
be
might be
honest. I
others.
think, like, for
Man,
example,
I hope
you're going to
so.
have some of Big Mom's kids. Like, it's just going to split up every group. Some of Big Mom's kids are going to stay with her. Then there's going to be a few rebels. Then you're going to see some of the underground broker people that are super loyal. Then I think, like, some will be already tied into Capone's plan. And I think that because, like, we know that since Capone was planning beforehand, like, no Straw Hats, no Brulee, no Caesar, it must have been, like, just in my mind, I think it must have been that he has ties for some of the guests that are coming in, you know?
Oh hell yeah! Like, cause he would have done that like a day before or something. You know, what I mean? Like you would have like tried to
That's
do
what
it on
I'm
a
saying.
better day. Like, cause I get it. Like the T-Bars machine will let it herself like go, like let herself down, like her guard. But like still, like you're just like that's much more people. And if they even said like this is the
Yeah.
tip of the iceberg, and then we're gonna get stronger people, like
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Crocodile, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh yeah, he believes. I remember you saw that post.
I hope Croco shows up.
yeah,
man. I
remember
really
guys, if
do.
Crocodile does show up, shout out to DGK.
I want to get some new world Croco feet.
Nah, for real,
That's-
dude. And if you see Daz Bones in the fucking tux, like a
Oh, Das Bones.
Oh
bro.
yeah. Bring it
Gin,
back.
I'm not
Oh,
sure
yeah,
about
I'm
Gin,
sorry.
to be honest.
I want Gin to come back, bro. I want him to come back.
Gin. Those town fuzz get an upgrade.
I mean, could he be one of the underground brokers, if anything, like after that time? Like,
I think Daz Bones would be. Wait, who again?
Gin, yeah.
I could see it. I wouldn't be surprised if Gin has his own crew. You know what I mean? Like, because he was
No,
fucking
for real,
strong.
dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Kick
know,
Don
like-
Krieg right off the ship. Fuck out of
Yup.
here.
Hey, to play in part with what we saw with like, Lucci and CP0, like how Spandam kind of was working for him, Don Krieg now works for Keen.
That'd be dope.
Oh,
I would lose it, man. Just seeing like go there with the armor and shit, and it's like, nah, Keen's the boss. But oh man, like
The one on the picture was like her first daughter, that Caramel. And what if she like died? Well,
Oh wait, go on.
like I want to ask you guys, like, if she died, how do you guys think it happened?
well, first off, wasn't it confirmed that was Mother Caramel?
Was it Mother Caramel?
It was
For
Mother,
what?
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see the translation error though, because like
Maybe it was Miss or something. Miss
I
Caramel.
don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe it was like daughter Caramel. I don't know. Like if
She
it's Mother
told her she
Caramel.
ran away a while ago.
Yeah, so the fact that it's
The,
alive.
the
yeah.
first person who came to mind was Weevil's mother. That's
Miss
who I
Bucky.
thought it was
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking like if it's in my head, I always think that Big Mom is like this dwarf giant from Elbaf, and
Yeah.
if Miss Bucking actually gave birth to her, theoretically
Yeah.
she should be dead.
Yeah, true.
You know, so unless like
The
she
first
had,
person that
unless
came to
she
mind
dies,
for me was Bonnie.
Steve, I swear to God, if Bonnie ends up becoming the fucking Mother
I don't
Caramel,
want it to be Bonnie, but that was the first person that came to mind.
like
I
I'll
don't
go
think
to
it
Japan.
is.
Bro, I'll go to Japan.
I
Drop
feel like
a
that's
photo.
too much, actually.
I think it's someone new that we don't know yet.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm still holding
someone
up. Bonnie's gonna be the first daughter.
Is that like
Anything but that.
I don't think she could be first. I mean, then again, with her fruit, she could actually. Never mind.
She might be related to the whole, giant case, because apparently she had beef with the giants before even Lola's thing. So
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it kinda
Caramel
goes back
might be involved with that.
yeah. I mean, it could be that too. I mean, like if it's Mother Caramel, you would think it's Big Mom's mom, if anything.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, that's it too. Like you're keeping like a portrait of someone at the table, and usually people only do that when they're deceased. The fact, maybe like in her mind, she thinks she's this. I don't know. Like she thinks she's deceased, but the kids might have known something. Like I don't know. It needs to be like I think when the official translation comes out, I'll explain it a lot better.
Yeah.
But
I'll be right back in a minute. I'm just gonna grab a drink.
But would it be actually quite weird if it would be Bonnie?
Yeah,
I know,
would
but it's
be.
just like
I don't think it's her. Like
It's-
the
it's-
Mother Caramel character.
how old is Big Mom to you guys? Like theoretically, how old do you think she
No,
is?
but listen,
She's
I was
been-
wondering-
Gomer.
She has to be pretty old, because how old is Brule?
No, that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
I mean, she
Like
yeah,
she has
exactly.
to be like 50-ish, dude. Has
because
to be.
okay,
Big Mom or Brule?
Well, Big Mom. Because look
Okay.
at Brule.
Okay, I say with those. I'm saying but even with those beatings and shit, she looks like she's 60, Brule.
No, but that's just Brule because Brule
Yeah.
looks like dog shit and she's ugly. You know? No, I'm just come on, guys.
Nothing I would say, Dan. Hold on.
no, but what
But
I
I'm
was
just
saying,
saying.
but what I was saying about Bonnie, like there was a thing that Bonnie is pregnant, right? And it should be probably the kid of Ace.
Yeah.
That's the whole theory that's going on right now.
I wouldn't
So
have thought of it.
Yeah.
actually, if it would be true, it would be strange then.
Aces?
That would mean that actually Big Mom
Yeah.
has the blood of Roger right in her family right now. If you could say that.
Wait, what? Like, wasn't pudding like in like a caramel house or something? Like,
She was in a chocolate one. Her cafe.
Oh,
I think it was right next to it was the
No,
caramel
yeah,
one.
she had a chocolate cafe, and that's how like why Luffy and
I remember
Chopper were
seeing
getting in
something
trouble.
caramel somewhere. I just don't remember.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Brule
like I
a
remember
man?
too.
Wasn't what?
Wasn't that a man? Wasn't Brule a man?
Nah.
Was that a mistranslation?
Wait, you
I
said
think-
Brule a man?
Yeah,
No,
No,
Like,
Brule.
she's been a
Brule's
woman since
clearly a
time.
chick.
I know, but there was like
Ugly
one,
chick.
anyway. I think it was a mistranslation.
Probably.
must have been.
Might have been.
Yeah, must have been. Yeah.
I can't hide my expression because I have a face cam on. So, I don't know, man. Like, there's just so many things that like a lot of things we can actually say from this chapter. Like a lot of information that we have. So like a lot of theory crafting that can go into it. So like, I don't know. I would be so pissed off if it's Bonnie because it's just like all that hype and she's just like, oh man, I don't even want to imagine what her real appearance is like if she's actually Big Mom's just like actual like mother.
Hey Laz, what do you think
but
about Byzantium's comments? He said,
Well, you think Big Mom being Bonnie being Big Mom's mother?
That's what people are honestly thinking, and I'm like, if that ends up being the case, I'll be so pissed.
No way. No way.
It's just like, bro, like she's girls.
I thought you were
like,
saying one of her like many daughters. No way.
like Bonnie being one of the main daughters. I still hold that she might be the first.
No, I'm saying, but like the thing, Bonnie being her mom. No way.
That's what I mean. It's just like, dude, because then it's like
Big Mom is the original goat. She doesn't have a mom. Come on, let's be serious.
Yeah, but that's why I was explaining. Like, it would be impossible. Like, if she's pregnant of Ace and she got the kid of Ace, so it's Big Mom has the blood of Roger in his family right now. It would be quite strange, you know?
Yeah, like 2 OP. Like Big
Yeah.
Mom the best. Like,
Yeah.
What do you think about Byzantium's comment? He said Bonnie is Ace's sister.
well, at least the kid would have Big Mom's protection.
Bonnie is Ace's sister.
Yeah.
Dude,
you mean like the whole? Because here's the thing, though. Here's the only thing I can never say about Roger and stuff, and it's like when we go back to like the island that like Ace was born on and stuff, right? It was said that like Roger was acting like more like a father, which I always found super weird because this was before Ace was even born. Let alone like Ace being pregnant, Rouge being pregnant with Ace, and I'm thinking like what is the possibility that there are other bastard kids that Roger could have had at the time, while like he was still the Pirate King.
I don't know. I think that like Ace was like.
I don't. Yeah, no, there's no way,
arc,
dude.
The whole
They
arc to that
hunted
was,
down
like,
his whole family.
Yeah.
If you were, dude, if you said hi to Roger and you had a smile on your face, dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they would go on genocide pregnant women. Just on
Yeah,
the off
literally.
chance. On the off
I mean, but then again, it's like if that was the case too, then like Ace's mom should have been killed by the Marines. You know, so it's like there could always be the possibility that someone could have escaped
Ace,
as
like
well.
honestly,
Just
if Garp didn't take Ace, Ace was dying. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why Garp, what's it called? That's why Roger even asked Garp, because he's like, yo, like I'm in jail. I need you to do this for me. You know?
You know what it reminds me of is when people back in the old good days of Saiyan Island would have said, what's her name? Karen, right, from Naruto? Yeah, dude, that's Naruto's sister. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Stuff like that.
Ace himself, right, is such like a phenomenon in that world
that there shouldn't be another Ace.
They had to risk going to war with Whitebeard.
What if she's like the half sister, only the mother?
Even then, dude,
I'm sorry, there's no way that someone else with Roger's blood survived. Like that's what I'm saying. There's no way.
It's not Roger's blood.
It would be if they were sisters.
He's saying if it was like Rouge's.
Yeah, the damn name. It always gets me. Why is it saying like Rouge and then Rouge? Like
Rouge and fucking the Ace's mom.
Yeah, that's if we think about it, really, Rouge is actually the true father.
Yeah.
Oh no, definitely, he's a goat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been piping bitches since before the series started.
No.
Long before that.
So the plan is gonna fail, and Rouge is gonna drop down and say, "This is how you take down a Yonko."
Yep. He's literally got my secret weapon. He's gonna throw Kaido off a fucking mountain.
I mean, he took down the commander on his own. Like Luffy had Nami get to play the game, so
yeah.
Hey, you don't know about his crew.
I know that's the thing too. We have to know his crew, but I think
he could have someone from Weatheria.
I wish this dude was in the voice chat because I would like to discuss this with him because I've had it up to here with people trying to claim that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. I've had it.
Yo, people say that, dude. It's not a thing.
From a so-called Shanks and Mihawk fanboy, I can tell you Shanks is stronger.
No, it's not, dude. Honestly, like this is the
thing.
Even it really shouldn't even be a question,
it's facts in the story.
No, it shouldn't
like
even. That's what I'm saying.
Everyone that argues this, their only argument is the title. They don't look at the entire story. Give me all of the Shanks scenes which show you that in terms of his personal strength, he's incredibly strong and deserves his title, right? And there's plenty of evidence for that. But Mihawk, whose title is just the world's strongest, cannot be stronger than that man based only on his title. It doesn't make sense.
Like
no one reacts to Mihawk the same way. No one he hasn't showcased any feats on that level. He hasn't shown enough for you to go he's stronger than Shanks based on just his title.
I think Mihawk
Shanks has a lot more going for him than just his personal strength alone.
Well,
that's why people react to Shanks the way that they do.
Because I think the whole thing with Mihawk is he was in the dark. Like if you go to a sword fight with him, you're losing. But because Shanks isn't just a swordsman, like he's gonna win.
Like bro, Shanks would literally put down his sword and give him the hand. Like that's it. That's it.
My back. I only have
this.
one.
What the problem is? It's not that because we all here surely should agree that we already know the answer. But for those people that think that he is stronger than Shanks, it's as simple as this. Yes, you don't have to be incredibly strong to be a Yonko. Your crew could carry you. Your crew can do everything. Your territory can do it. Your alliances can do it. But we know Shanks isn't that kind of Yonko. We know he's super strong.
I disagree with that, though. I think you do have to be incredibly strong. I think you do have to be incredibly strong.
No. But this is their argument, and I'm just following on their wavelength, right? We know that Shanks stopped the war on his own. We know that somehow he stopped Kaido, whether it was a fight or not. Who cares? We know that he clashed with Whitebeard, right? We know he is strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you to go, Mihawk's stronger than him because they're both swordsmen, and Mihawk is the strongest swordsman, is stupid. Because Mihawk hasn't shown it. Mihawk hasn't done anything that Shanks has done in the series. And every time Shanks goes, "You want a rematch?" Mihawk's like, "Nah, bro. You can go, oh, he was disrespecting Shanks, but based on the story, he has a rematch and loses. He is no longer the world's strongest."
Yep.
My
Yeah,
thing is saying
that's
saying
what I was saying.
saying Mihawk's stronger than Shanks is like saying Caesar that wasn't Caesar Clown. It's like you could argue.
No, it's not.
No, it is. Steve.
No, it's not.
Steve-O, I'm hiding you.
It's not.
But it really
No,
is.
it really is though.
Like,
It really
like
is.
the thing is,
It is
No,
it.
he's saying it's so blatantly obvious that like that's
like
what he's
you
trying to
shouldn't
say.
even have to argue. Like I get it, you can
But it
argue.
wasn't
Like,
obvious. He didn't have the
oh,
horn.
dude, but it was
His
so
face
obvious.
looked different. His hairstyle was
That
different. His
no,
clothes
you know, like
changed.
you know, here's a good example of the Caesar Clown thing. It's like saying Lucy isn't Luffy. Like, I mean, the dude's got a beard. I mean,
Come
Yeah.
on now.
I was like,
No, that's the same.
But we
And-
saw him undergo the transformation. That's a total.
Did we though,
did we
Steve-O?
though, Steve-O?
Did we really?
Whoa.
Yes.
Did
I
we?
mean, no, Steve-O, you might need to show me a panel.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll even get
His
it.
rank is in jeopardy right now.
It's
Or
like
ask-
saying that. It's like saying that the Colosseum Sabo wasn't Sabo, man. Like
or
we
like
all
or
knew that
Foxy.
was Sabo.
Foxy in his
Yeah.
fox suit wasn't him.
Yo, no, that's the
Like,
actual
yo,
best one.
these
Yeah.
kids and
Luffy
stuff.
fell for it. He's like,
I'm
where'd that
waiting
guy
for y'all to
go?
bring up the Soga King, but that one
No,
doesn't
no,
work
bring
because
it up.
that really
Oh.
wasn't Usopp.
No, exactly. It wasn't. Like I hate when people say it was.
Oh no, that wasn't him.
It's a
We know
different situation though. Oh, Oda
Soga
put it in
King
the
is gonna
cliffhanger
come
like
back
it was going to
at
be
some
somebody
point
different.
in this series,
But-
and
but
y'all
even-
are gonna be like, "Shit, Usopp got strong again," but this is not that.
even
Soga King just
even Oda said to
Swooping
all the
in.
people that said otherwise with the Caesar thing that even Luffy of all times knew. Like it was so blatantly obvious. The main character who always fucks up names and everything literally knew. Like you know what I mean? It was just too obvious.
yeah.
Like are we really randomly
That's
gonna?
because Oda made Luffy recognize him.
No, that's because
That's because Oda was making it so
he probably,
Oda
looked
literally
on
Luffy
the
say
forums
it's
and like
obvious.
all these fucking kids. Like,
Oda literally had Luffy say it's obvious, and Luffy never knows it. Like, bro, like that's another thing. For example, like let's say bring up like when he was fighting what's his name, fuck the Noro guy. Dude, I'm blanking.
Silver Fox Foxy.
So yeah, like this dude throws on a fucking mask, says, "Oh yeah, I'm not him," and Luffy's like, "Okay, peace later, bye. I gotta go find him." You know what I mean? Caesar doesn't have a mask on. All he did is gels up his hair, puts on some different clothes, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm Gastino, bro. Like you don't know me." You know what I mean? Like no, and Luffy was still like, "No, like you're clearly Caesar. Like don't play no games, bro." Like,
Okay, so Manoj, I hope you're listening in the general chat. That question, it's ridiculous. He asked me, how can you prove that Shanks is not a swordsman? I said, well, of course Shanks is a swordsman. Who said he wasn't a swordsman, right? And he goes,
that's
then
not the only thing he does, though.
how can a swordsman be stronger than the strongest swordsman in the world, right? It's fiction. And until Shanks shows something, benefit of the doubt goes to Shanks. I am done. Well, listen, that question is ridiculous because Whitebeard was the strongest man in the world, but we all know that other Yonko are most likely stronger than Whitebeard at Marineford. We know that some of the admirals may have been stronger than Whitebeard at Marineford, even though he was the title, the strongest man. It doesn't mean that he deserves it in their current state. Mihawk's a different story because he's in his prime. Of course, he deserves his title. However, Shanks,
the best,
can easily be stronger than him, but just hasn't taken the title yet. Zoro, when he gets to the end of story, will be stronger than Mihawk. He just doesn't have the title yet.
Right.
A way to
Like-
see it too would be like saying, like, for instance, right? Ben Beckman and Yasop. Yasop clearly is a better gunman. You know what I mean? Like clearly. Like we haven't seen anything, but it's pretty fucking obvious. But because Ben Beckman has a gun, Yasop therefore stronger. That's like that logic.
yeah, exactly. Like that's not
True.
how that works.
By the
You
way,
know?
guys, if you like
Damn,
the
you got a point. You basically just put it to rest, bro. I ain't even
No,
think
it's
about it
been
that way.
no. This was never even an issue. Like what?
Steve-O, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, no. Goda, me, and Monster. Like that's it. Yeah, no. Wait,
You know those.
you're laughing though,
Yeah.
Deep. I don't know why you're laughing.
those,
I think he's doubting.
Hey,
Yeah.
viewers, if you like the drama, then like the stream.
Yeah.
Enough
There we
like
go.
when, Heavens will get
Yeah.
after dark.
But I'm not saying Shanks is a better swordsman. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm just
Shanks
saying
is just a better.
I'm just saying he's stronger. He's a stronger pirate. He's a stronger pirate than Mihawk.
Yep. And that's without his crew.
No, for real. Because like my whole thing with Mihawk.
Dude, Shanks equals Gildarts. Like I don't know what else to say. Come on.
Like look where he's
No,
at.
no. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Dude,
Don't say
I'm
that. Who's
trolling,
Shanks?
Lucid. But
No, but for real, like if we were to
but
him, it's clearly
no, but for real, like, dude, I'm not even trolling.
we realistically only just seen Gildarts fight.
Equals Shanks. Shanks was there first.
Huh?
You're cutting in now.
The other
Yeah,
way.
sorry.
No, I'm saying it's the other way around.
Oh, no, stopping him.
I always said, "Oh, you're talking crazy." Stop.
But
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Oda's on the phone right now,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah, he's calling you. You have to stop right
I
now.
was trying to say you can't say. I was trying to say you can't say that. It's the other way around. It's Gildarts.
Can't hear you.
yeah, you're
James, you gotta-
it's like game robotic.
Gosh.
I think Oda's coming after you, bro. I'm being honest.
Yo, dude, Monster, he heard. No, Oda knew that he was challenging me and you, so he's like, part of the Trinity,
He's
gotta
like,
step
yeah.
in.
Yo,
Yeah. He's supposed to be sleeping right now. He's like, no, they're talking reckless.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
not-
no.
that's
Oda
not-
sneezed in real life like they do in mangas, right? He's like, I hear some
Oh.
fucking shit.
Oh man.
his observation hockey is finally working.
Am I out of the matrix yet?
You're,
No, yeah, you're
Neo,
good
can you hear me? Neo.
it's better.
Yeah.
But still kind of iffy. But
I can,
but-
I can hear him. You should be good to talk, bro.
yeah.
I was trying to say you can't say that. It's the other way around. It's Gildarts equals Shanks.
Either or. What my whole thing is, either or. It's like whatever is on the equal side, like they equal each other, is what my whole thing was.
Like
You know what I mean?
when we don't see Shanks in One Piece, that's where he's at.
Yeah, he's in the fairy tale verse, soloing.
Yep.
Dude, he's fighting August right now. Like, come on.
Find the best.
I gave this
Yeah.
example as well, right? And I don't think he could refute. He could only go, "Yeah, that makes sense," but I just believe this. If
No.
Shanks turns out to be the strongest Yonko, I don't
Then
think he
there's
is.
no
but
way.
If he listen, if he turns out to be number one, okay, the strongest Yonko in this series, right? And Mihawk is only stronger than him based on swordsmanship and his title alone. That means Mihawk is stronger than everybody beneath Shanks. So that would mean Big Mom, Blackbeard, Whitebeard, Kaido, the Three Admirals, the Fleet Admiral, CP0. All these people would be underneath Mihawk. It's
Exactly.
just
All right,
stupid.
I want to play devil's advocate for a bit.
Oh.
You remember when?
Before we get
when
into that real
Us-
quick though, Manoa's just challenged Oda because he said Oda was a liar.
Whoa, you calling me a liar?
Oh, yep.
No.
Oh.
Mano said it.
No, I know this kid. Talk to this kid, Laz. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I thought Oda was on the phone. Like,
Let James finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you remember how close Usopp came to fighting Luffy, even though he was like levels below him, because he knew his tactics, and he just was that close to him, and he knew how he was gonna fight.
Yup. Clearly, Mihawk.
And
did that to Shanks.
Mihawk could be like a tier below him, but it's not the same gap between Usopp and Luffy. So with that being said, it is a possibility he can only be able to 1v1 Shanks. Maybe not beat him, but be equal Shanks in a fight and not the rest of the uncles. Just because
No, but
he's
this
fought
is the
with him
thing.
so
This is
many
the thing.
times.
This is what you have to understand. If he equals Shanks, and people are trying to say Shanks with his sword is at his best, right? And
We're
you're
not
trying
even
to
saying
say
that he
Mihawk
equals
equals him.
He's arguing that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks.
No, I know. Yo, theory, I've literally heard kids say Shanks is the strongest Yonko, and they still say Mihawk over Shanks. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I
doesn't
mean?
make sense.
Like, sometimes you have to drop it with people. Because, like, I'm sorry, but if you don't understand that Mihawk clearly loses to Shanks, like, I just don't know what to tell you.
Like I see it as like he is equal or slightly over Ben Beckman. So like he can
Yeah,
still
like,
Yeah,
he's
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Mihawk does not equal a Yonko. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Like, if Mihawk equaled a Yonko when Whitebeard was invading, they wouldn't be like, "Oh, we need all 7 warlords.
Yeah,
we need
but
all
they
3
just-
admirals." They would have been like,
yeah.
"Mihawk, we need you, buddy."
We'll give
And
you
that and him alone would have. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's just no way, dude.
It's impossible to me.
like he would walk into that battlefield with a knife, that little pocket knife, the entire
Yo,
fight.
literally
Like, come at me,
slaying
Whitebeard.
people, bro.
And it's another thing too is that like he's on this tier, right? And we see the tier that the Yonko are on. You know, they one shot in like people, yada yada. Like Whitebeard was smacking giants around, this and that, right? Yeah. Mihawk, unrestrained. This isn't like a bad thing. It's just plot. But he couldn't kill Luffy when he was unrestrained. Crocodile got in his way, and he couldn't one shot Crocodile. Vista got in his way, and he couldn't one shot Vista. He isn't, and he couldn't one shot Jozu either. With apparently, according to the official translation, the world's most powerful Slash. He's not on this god tier that you think he is. He's incredibly powerful, sure, but he's not the end of the game.
Yeah.
Assuming Yasop's the strongest sniper or something, right? Like the strongest gunman.
Bro, of course he is.
Like he's still the best. After him. No, he's still the best, but he's not all of a sudden Yonko level because he's the best of his like class.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a question real quick. Got a real quick question.
Come to the Trinity.
How strong is Brilliant Punk? Because I'm trying to hype up Crocodile right now.
When he hit him with that?
All I'm saying, like, that's why me and Dan
Dude,
say,
he got tackled by Diamond. Like, come on, you know?
Dude, he got tackled by Diamond, most likely hockey. No, it has to be hockey. And then, like, how are people going to say,
in his body weight and speed, like, you know, like,
you could argue that it was a stronger attack than the one he did to Aokiji, which was unnamed, which made Aokiji bleed.
Yeah.
And he threw a fucking glacier.
Damn, Theory. Like, you really hyping up Crocodile right now, Theory.
Crocodile's a monster. What can I say?
Dude, of course.
Over Dofi. I mean, I know we all here know that.
Come on, Crocodile is a monster, guys.
So Crocodile even beastly than what I claimed him to be.
I think you're doubting.
Like, I was fanboying.
This is the thing. Like,
I thought I was fanboying. Yeah. Theory pretty much just made it factual, bro. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm right, then like there may be no limits, like, you know.
With a warm dog there.
Yo, I've got one thing about the Mihawk versus
Yo, can someone tell Manoj to stop being so offensive?
Wait, why?
What? Some kid in the chat?
He keeps killing. He keeps calling everyone dense.
Don't worry. Oda said he's doing some extra seminars this weekend.
How could you possibly not believe Mihawk is over Shanks?
Yeah, because the thing is, if for example, if Zoro at the end defeats Mihawk and Shanks is still alive, that means that Zoro is stronger than Shanks. In his opinion, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Like, my thing is, I don't know.
Regardless if he does beat
if you removed all other 6 warlords from Marineford and Mihawk went ham, it's like you saying he could have soloed like like Whitebeard, he could have soloed that whole crew because he was above everyone.
I don't know. My thing, bros, if you've gotten 859 chapters into the story, and you still don't get like the basic things like that, I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just bias. Like Taekwon would say, it is bias. Like I'm trying to be like I don't like particularly love Mihawk. I don't particularly love Shanks. I like them because they're the people we're seeking to surpass, right? But to be as objective as possible, it doesn't make sense for Mihawk to be over Shanks. It doesn't.
Yeah.
The good that came out of that argument was we now know that Theory agrees that Shanks is over Kaido.
I don't.
Wait, you said Shanks over Kaido?
I don't believe that.
Oh, okay.
When did I say that?
I heard you said
chat for a second, so I like tuned out, and all I
heard
is
I heard Shanks over Kaido.
Yo, this kid's trying to troll you.
You believe Ben Beckman solos the crew after one?
I mean, realistically, right? Like no, I'm not even
no plot hacks.
Yeah, like no, for real, no plot hacks, right? For where we imagine this plot, because why I say Wano, right, is Wano is their 100%, like they're on point, like they're doing everything they have in their arsenal. Astra, fucking Diablo, Jambe Plus.
Oh my god!
That's
like
10 people.
No, I know, no, I get it, but I'm saying, right? Well, at the time for me, it was only 9 because like Jinbei, they weren't there yet.
Let's give it 9.
Yeah, but my thing is, if character, right, someone that we can't see yet, someone that Oda will not show us, right? like in action at all. And like, bro, look at Cracker, right? Like, I don't want to say he's the weakest of all the young commanders. We haven't seen shit from them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's stronger than some like Blackbeard's people, I'd assume. But like, from what we saw, right? Like, he did lose to Luffy. At the end of the day, he did lose to Luffy. Even if he was getting nerfed, he still lost to Luffy. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, Luffy's not over him. But I'm saying, like, if he lost to Luffy, right? And that's a third commander, and it put Luffy to gear 4. He had to go all out, run around for 11 fucking hours. You know what I mean? And do all this and this, and like eat his fucking biscuits. If you're going at Ben Beckman, the smartest person in East Blue, right? And he's going against, you know, Nami, fucking Chopper, and all them. Out of the monster trio, I don't see a whole lot that they're gonna do to him. They can maybe buy them time, but they're acting like supports, if anything. Like Chopper, like Monster Point, Chopper to me against like a hockeyed up Ben Beckman isn't doing anything. That's how I see it. Like, it's kind of like you're just irrelevant. Like, it would be like if we had Chopper right then and there. I don't see a whole lot that he would bring to the table in that fight for Cracker. That's just how I see it. Like, I think that like Shanks, because you know I like Shanks, and he's, in my opinion, and like a lot of people like Dan's, he is the strongest of the Yonkers, right?
Whoa.
Theory.
You guys
Dude,
will
I'm
look
sorry,
like
but this
idiots.
chat.
Yeah,
You
One
guys
going
will
on.
look like idiots. If
Yo, no,
Zoro,
dude,
before
this
being Mihawk,
bro, stop! Don't even read that one theory. Don't even read it.
I think this is probably a good
He
time.
said Zoro would beat Shanks. Dude, I'm sorry. He said Zoro was beating Shanks. Before Zoro goes to fight Mihawk, he said he would beat Shanks. Dude, no.
Wait, Zoro's gonna beat Shanks?
No, this is what this kid's saying. He said me and
And
Theory
he's
look like
calling
a bunch of
us an
idiots,
idiot?
right?
Oh, I saw the
If-
comment, but it's just like,
Yeah, but he's saying basically like on his way, before he goes and beats Mihawk, he's like, yeah, since Shanks isn't the best swordsman, he's gonna go and beat Shanks first before he beats Mihawk. He's like,
I don't know.
Oh
I think
my
the theory. I
gosh.
honestly think you're gonna have to summon Red to come after this guy.
I can't, Laz, man. It hurts. It hurts my very being. When
I
people
understand
don't
theory.
get it.
But sometimes you have to stop to let it go, theory, because otherwise you just all get.
Yeah, just like it just runs you into a fucking hole.
no,
man,
theory,
you know?
theory.
Like,
I completely understand where you're coming from. Like sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm gonna help this kid because like clearly they don't get it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
The only thing I have to say about it really is that, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy if Oda were to explain what the title means. Because if the title means that he is absolutely the greatest swordsman in the world, that anybody who wields a sword and calls himself a swordsman is below him, then it's no more disputing.
But
as
I
of
think
right
if you're,
now,
this is how I
as of right now, I got Shanks over Mihawk.
If you're using a sword, I honestly do think, in terms of technique,
yes,
he will
Mihawk
beat
has it.
you. He will, like, if
100%.
Shanks picked up a sword
100%.
and Shanks is like, okay, Mihawk, I'm not gonna go sick on you. You know, you can hit me and I'll hockey up, and you don't have to worry about hurting me. Like, you know what I mean? You can go all out, Mihawk. If Shanks only uses his sword, Shanks loses in the sense that Mihawk has better technique. But if Shanks got serious, he's putting his sword down, give him the hands, and that's it, dude.
Like,
That would be it.
Like, I see it as this, like, certain like competitions, right?
You said the hands.
The hands, as in he's gonna put down his sword, put up his little fisticuffs, man, and start punching him in the face.
Yeah, this is
Like,
how I see it.
that's it.
No, but I'm just saying, you pluralized the sentence when you said hands.
Okay, come on, we're not doing
You
this.
only got one.
We're not doing this right now.
don't be saying
this.
this shit.
But like,
But even so, he would still do it with that one arm, bro.
how
Dude.
I would equate it would be like a UFC fighter, right? If like a trained UFC
against
fighter,
like
right?
a weightlifter or some shit.
No, like against like let's say a boxer, right? Now the UFC fighter normally, like if they have like moves with grapples and stuff like that, right, in their arsenal, and that's like their main thing. Let's say like a jujitsu user, right, like Muay Thai fighter. They have a big arsenal, and if they were fighting in a UFC cage, they would win, like, you know, over this boxer. But because they're fighting in a boxing ring with boxing rules, they can't grapple, they can't do certain things.
Yeah, exactly,
like
bro.
The boxer is gonna probably beat them, like if they're going straight down to like, you know, boxing style. But because that's not how that works in like a real fight, like the UFC fighter is probably gonna win. That's how I think like Shanks will be the UFC fighter for people that don't get it.
Yeah.
He has more in his arsenal than just his swordsman skills. But when it comes down to swordsman skills, he's better. That's why I say like Ben Beckman versus Yasop. If it's purely gunfighting, Ben Beckman can't use any physical force. Yasop, in my mind, should win. That's how I see it. Like if
it's
like,
just a gunfight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean Yasop's over Ben Beckman. You know, like
Also,
come on.
we'll end it on this though. I guess for now, if you're all good. But like I was saying, because someone was asking me, do I think there's gonna be power ups? Do any of you here think that we're gonna get power up prior to, like, in terms of like their characters gonna get stronger prior to Wano?
Dude, there are no
Yes.
power
Well,
ups,
like,
bro.
they could
We're gonna see
I
what
could see them
people
getting
can
like different
do.
elements, that they might get, so like through like whatever training they can get. So you kind of like almost like if you go with like with Alabasta, Ennie's lobby, how we got to see new feats from the Straw Hats and everything, right? I could see them like something a little bit that they've done from the training that they're gonna use now on a stage where it's gonna really matter what they have to fight.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm saying when I say, because that's why I bring up the Wano. And Wano, in my mind, is
Yeah.
where they have to use 100%. It's like they haven't. No, none of the Straw Hats have used 100%, even Luffy, prior to Wano. Like in terms of their techniques and stuff like that, like they're all gonna have one more ace up the sleeve. That's how I personally see it.
Yeah. Because it's just like it's like if you look at the scenario right now that they're in, they're not trying to fight Big Mom, they're trying to escape. So you can say if they have that mentality going against Ben Beckman, right? The whole entire Straw crew with that mentality, of course they're gonna lose. But if they were gonna go to Wano, eventually all that training and all that stuff they've done, then that's the scale's gonna have to tip, because we're getting past that part.
So with that being said, then do you guys personally think, like, like we haven't seen it, but like say Shiryu or Katakuri, do you guys think that the Straw Hats could beat those people? One
No.
9v1.
No, dude, that's not like no.
9v1.
Oh,
Shiryu? I don't know
9v1?
about Shiryu though.
Wait, are we talking about 1v1s or what are we
I'm
talking about?
9v1. Like, could they
9v1.
with how
I don't-
with how you see?
I'm gonna say right now, I don't think they could do Katakuri just because of the fact that we haven't seen nothing, and I can't
Wait,
see Oda like
the
building up.
entire Straw Hat crew?
Yeah, the Straw Hat crew
Yeah.
straight up 9v1.
This is how I see it, bro.
I don't know
get
what to say,
you're
bro,
trying to
'cause
say. I
I
completely get
don't. I
what
don't see them beating Marco 9v1, and
That's
they
how I-
should be comparable to
Yeah.
Marco.
Wait,
I mean,
Like,
Marco is
because-
unbelievably hacked.
Like, I think we can all agree that like for instance, like, I'm gonna go to like RPG route. So like RPGs, you have levels, right? If you're not, like, let's say you're going to level 90, right? Or let's just go fuck it. We'll say 100, right? You're level 100, and it's one level 100 versus like let's say like 9 level 60s.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter. You just
There's
beat
that
one down?
there's that 40 levels that is a huge difference of experience, of how much they play, of how like better gear they have. You know what I mean? Like it's a huge difference. Like you're not winning even with those people because at some point, like levels, like like your experience differences, your battle differences, if you're not near that level, it doesn't matter. Like you don't matter in that fight. That's how I see it.
oh man, you're bringing up Aeon memories right now.
But that's basically just how I see it. It's like because like if they were roughly equal, right? If the monster tree and everyone were roughly equal to like a first commander, yeah, they're gonna win. But I just feel like because it's kind of like how like me and Dan talked about, like if you were to bring like a Buster Call to Big Mom with like 5 vice admirals, that shouldn't even matter to Big Mom. You know what I mean? Because like she's such a big difference of tier to a vice admiral that it really shouldn't even matter that they're vice admirals. That's how I see it.
But yeah, guys, I think probably a good point to wrap it up right here. But final thoughts on the chapter overall. What you guys like what I want to say predictions because we're probably gonna like wait until like later in the week if we want to do predictions. But like I think that was Oda.
I was calling you.
Oda telling us to stop the stream. I understand.
Yeah.
We went for a little long, but I mean, real quick though, I just want to say thanks, James, Pharaoh, Theory for coming through, guys.
No problem.
No worries.
You guys want to plug your shit right now? But like, go ahead. We'll have your stuff in the link in the description. So
I don't need to plug it.
I don't got no channel.
well, if you guys know Theory, like
No
is
one
equivalent
knows
to
Theory?
like.
Come on.
Theory,
listen.
Theory. He doesn't-
If you know Toriko and you know the third, let me tell you, the man's on the same tier. He says he's not, but he really is. Trust.
and he even,
Just stop with that hype, man.
he even joined
It's
us.
actually,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're not giving yourself that confidence right now, man.
But the real question for Theory is, will he be at the Brain Blood tournament next week?
Mm.
No, I won't be. Sorry.
Oh,
No.
no, he
more.
full typed us.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
said that way too quick. You
I
said
gotta
it way
switch from
too
the
quick
third
here.
to blue just for that.
No, I saw the notification on Twitter.
Oh,
But,
he
no, I
rejected
can't
Oh,
make it.
okay. All right. That makes sense. All right.
He didn't answer our phone call, Sibo.
So wait, who won the last one?
Oh, who do you think?
DGK did.
Yeah, and who even he.
But if it's winner takes all, I did.
Theory gave up.
So Brago, so Theory.
Yeah, and Pharaoh, you're a part of that deal.
No,
Yeah,
I wasn't a part of
Pharaoh,
it.
Yeah, we got you.
Why do you?
Yeah, we got him.
Why do you?
Pharaoh, we
Yeah.
did, dude. It's in the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was signed.
Yo, we still live?
Of course, we're
Yeah, we
still
live.
alive. No, yeah, no. This is for the
Hey,
stream.
Pharaoh, I think I posted the page where they say something about caramel. It says
Oh.
Nitro the Jelly is the Cafe Caramel owner.
Oh.
Watch.
So
What if Arabian's like the soul from Caramel?
Ooh,
That
so
might
they
be
took me
possible.
after she. Oh, the thing is, she ran away though.
I don't
That's
know.
probably why she ran.
Unless it's like, I don't even know, man. Like,
Unless Big Mom snatched her soul while she was running.
Okay, I think we should.
yeah, say guys. Say guys.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the stream, of course, you know what to do already. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Everyone's links will be down in the description below. And Captain, you want to take the Burning Blood tournaments? Explain to those who don't know.
We'll probably do a side stream this week, but next week for sure we're doing it Thursday, the Burning Blood tournament, and I already set up for DBZ Xenoverse 2 for PS4 for Friday, either Friday or Saturday, most likely Friday. So yeah, if anyone here has PS4 and they have one of the like 2 games and wants to join up, it's open to everyone.
Yeah.
So
For all the people in the chat.
Yeah, if any updates whatsoever, guys, to join the Discord as well as the link to that. All
Your mic is robotic last
yeah.
I knew that was gonna happen.
at the worst possible time.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain, you have to go.
But yeah, so I guess we'll end the stream now, and thanks for coming. And remember, Shanks over Mihawk.
Yeah.
Equal.
Meet our
No equals.
Wait, equals what?
He said Shanks equals Mihawk.
Yo, we need to stop. No, honestly, yo, we're gonna have to do a whole like stream for this or something, man. Like, break
We're
it
gonna
down.
do the outro.
All right, I'm on Mihawk. I'm on
Steve-O,
Team
you're ready,
Mihawk.
right?
Yeah,
Outer Haven?
yeah.
Disperse. Dun, 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 dun. Right.